Bienvenue sur Tori Day. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tori Day. Another day that we come together to have this discussion, this conversation about everything that's going on around the community. And today we're going to be talking about soccer or football conversation. We're going to have this conversation around football today. And we have this finals of Europa League that just finished. We are preparing for the finals of Champions League. Arsenal and PSG and the Inter Milan. I don't know why Arsenal is coming on my mouth. Maybe I'm scared of the camera. Maybe. So and then Tottenham won over Man U last week, and so we have this discussion. We also have this list of friendly games that the Cameroon national coach just issue out. So we're going to discuss the list as well, and you guys are more than welcome to join us in the comment section. Give your own opinion, give your own input, and comment, like, and share as always. Thank you. Welcome to Choriche.
Another wonderful day, and we'll talk about football. We'll talk about Andre Onana and his stats. We'll talk about national team. I really wish we want to talk about policy. We'll talk about that Macron incident. But for me, I don't really feel like that one even be important. Relationship, then so many things that happen behind doors. I don't know. You know, see what happened, right? You see, right? Ce qui s'est passé avec Macron avec sa femme. T'as vu ça? Yeah, so for my opinion, by the way, more use that one introduce you. So,
Yeah, of course.
what was your take when you saw the video, and what do you think?
I think, ce que je pense que il n'y a pas de mariage parfait. C'est pas parce qu'on est président ou on est peut-être dirigeant d'un pays ou dirigeant d'une structure qu'on pense que nos mariages ou bien nos couples sont des couples parfaits. C'est la preuve que on se plaint tous les jours de nos femmes à la maison, mais il y a aussi, même les milliardaires aussi, même les riches, ont ces mêmes problèmes que nous avons. Donc, c'est un truc naturel et je ne pense pas que ça doit faire beaucoup de bruit. C'est même parce que c'est en public. Il y a beaucoup qui souffrent de la même façon dans leur maison, là. Et je pense que l'essentiel, c'est de savoir ce que tu dois faire et de comprendre comment est-ce que gérer tes problèmes en toute tranquillité, dans le silence. Et puis, bon.
Listen, what do you think?
I think a lot of things about it. Relationship is, there's no perfect relationship like Samir was saying, but every couple has their own issue, their own struggle they are facing every single day. So it happened for you to be having this kind of altercation with your partner. But that being said, I'm gonna say that, man, this is a very high profile personalities. You understand? And even though they have their own problem, they want to keep it intimate, but now they are in a and now they are in a presidential plane with staff and press all around, and they're having this altercation. I think that is way beyond. I would say that's not something normal. And this comes so to consolidate this view that some people have, saying that it's the first lady that controls the president. So the really head of state of France is the first lady. So she people say that she treats him like a toy, like a boy, telling him what to do and all of that. So with that altercation, and you see the way he slapped them out like shut up, something like that. And it was not like a pity slap. No, it was kind of, he hit him on the guy bowed their head behind. So, but like we say, every couple has their own struggle, but this one is not something you might just look at it and say, no, it's normal that it might happen. No, you are in a presidential plane which is full of staff, and the guy that even opened the door didn't pay attention to see if you guys were done or not. He just opened the door, and then the whole world witnessed that. Now imagine the press in the plane, because they always travel with press member, official government members, and all of that. They all saw what is happening, so they all know what is going. It's like people were saying that they were hiding the state of Biden to American, and now people are saying that they are hiding to France that is the first lady that is actually running the country. So This is my take on it.
For me, at the end of the day, like Sami talk and like you said, whether we like it or not, it just reminds us that people have their front and I still even don't believe it was a slap. For me, I still believe it was maybe some joke thing or whatever. And if you ask my opinion, even if it was a slap, these are two people who understand each other. These are two people who I can see they love each other. They have their way, they have been managing their relationship. If that's the definition of a happy relationship, which is my concern for the
Let them be happy.
yeah, let them be happy. I don't really care. But another thing where people will look at also now like, wow, Macron, is it fair to say, okay, now a calm person and did this and that? But for me, the biggest lesson now how they manage the whole thing. Where they go for shows, so many of us, how I don't know if I should say ignorant or foolish, how don't be sometime we will get problem. Even if the problem it will put me and you apart. It will put me and you apart forever. No need for we to take and go for public, go drag each other down, because guess what? After we go our separate ways, whatever thing we put in public, whatever destruction we cause in public, is going to affect us individually. You understand? Whereas if we manage it, control it in a way that it's just between us, you know, saying that I hurt you, I know saying that you hurt me and this and that, and we decide to go our separate ways, it will end for day. No man will ever disrespect you because of, no man will ever disrespect me because, or lose opportunity. But that's not the case in our communities. Our communities, we are always looking for, I want show you pepe, I want make me know, say, I want humiliate you, I want. Doesn't make any sense.
You know who I be?
Yeah, you know who I be.
I will show you.
Tu me connais.
Tu sais qui je suis.
Yeah. More jump for football conversation. And for every person, any person you watch, if at any point in time you feel like you want to contribute, write our comment section, we'll open line, you call, and then we'll continue the conversation. If any I know I'm connect the phone constantly, but if at any point you feel like you want to make any contributions, just write for comment section and we'll open phone line. You call, make your contribution, and they'll continue. And though Nana, season don't end. First of all, we'll not see for that last game. And whether that last game be more like a celebratory game. Because I think that after that game where I see speech with Amorim or whatever they call him.
Amorim, the coach, yeah.
We make him when they talk how we last time I be told I say it will get worse. But now I tell I say it will get better. If funny say they not invite you for that game, and we begin for being that kind of game on hotel bye for fans them. Were they trying to protect him? Maybe they believe say if they fans of one pool, they'll be angry like, oh, now the man that will cost you all the thing. What do you think?
Yeah, Manchester United a joué leur dernier match. Mais je vais rappeler aux gens qu'ils n'étaient même pas dans la liste des matchs. Ça veut dire que quand tu mets même de côté, ça veut dire quand tu mets en repos, tu es quand même dans la liste du match, mais tu ne vas pas jouer. Donc, ils n'étaient même pas dans la liste du match. Et si vous vous rappelez, après le match, la finale contre Tottenham, là aussi, vous regardez la face du président de Manchester United, tu vas comprendre qu'on n'en est plus la bienvenue à Manchester United. Et le conseil que je peux lui donner aujourd'hui, c'est que s'il a une opportunité, ailleurs, qu'il aille parce qu'il n'est plus l'homme de Manchester United. Et on en a toujours joué. Je n'ai jamais dit que c'est un mauvais gardien, mais c'est un gardien moyen. Mais il a souvent bien joué quand il a la concurrence. Quand il y a quelqu'un derrière où il sait que si ça s'amuse, la personne peut prendre sa place. C'est pour ça que même à l'équipe nationale, il ne veut pas la concurrence, il veut les enfants, là, les petits gardiens de bas niveau pour venir jouer avec lui. Parce que si on a quelqu'un comme Fabrice Ondoa, qui lui-même, il sait que si ça s'amuse, Fabrice Ondoa va faire le travail. Il ne peut pas jouer. C'est pour ça que même dans le club où il était à Manchester United, il n'avait pas de concurrent. Il était le seul gardien. Et on ne pouvait que l'utiliser. Malgré toutes les erreurs qu'il a fait et tout ça, on ne pouvait que l'utiliser. Et c'est la fin de saison. Moi, mon conseil, c'est qu'il se cherche, qu'il trouve un endroit où il va partir. Même s'il part for free, mais qu'il aille parce que ça sera aussi bien pour lui, même pour son mental. Il a affecté mentalement. Ça, c'est vrai.
Quand tu dis même s'il part pour free, what do you mean? Like they're not going to pay him any money, they just...
Puisque son départ est acté, c'est un fait. Son départ, c'est un fait. Ce n'est même plus Manchester United ne veut plus.
That's 50 million. Even whatever the situation.
Ça peut
Manchester
arriver. Il y a
United-
des gars, il y a des gens qu'on a acheté à 150 millions, on les a laissés partir.
Manchester United.
Non, pas Manchester United quand même. Mais il y a les joueurs qu'on a achetés. Regardons un peu le départ de Cristiano Ronaldo. Quand Manchester United ne voulait plus Cristiano Ronaldo, on le laissait là, il était fatigué, il était obligé de partir. Ce n'est pas parce que les Arabes, la chance que Ronaldo a eue, n'a pas la même chance qu'on en aura parce qu'on n'en a même pas les 1 centième de la visibilité que Cristiano Ronaldo peut apporter à un club. Il n'a même pas les 1 centième. Il a 0,0 quelque chose.
Yeah, True Lion, you correct on an highlights, negative highlights. If you look at the statistics here, the people that put out today, for that league, he probably was about number 10 or goalkeeper them. When I be there for some time, when I be count a clean sheet. At the end of the day, even the first 5 for people they get clean sheet and things like that. It's pathetic. When you talk about it, if we even talk about it doing a positive back in the days. When we talked about Samuel Eto'o, it was because they were doing positive things. When we talked about a woman and all of these guys, Mboma them, Olembe them, JP themselves of France, they were doing wonderful things. They were doing, they were making us proud. It's unfortunate, say, at this point in time, we're supposed to be talking about Zambo Anguissa, who just won the Serie A again, talking about Buemo, who had a spectacular, but yet we are talking about some person who is more like a canker worm. And the reason now they talk about he, we talk about he because don't realize he's actually digging deep and destroying our football. It destroys some picking their time. And the reason now they talk about it, if you don't know now. What do you think about his stats?
I mean, we've been talking about his stats week in, week out here. We know that this season for him is a season to be put on the drawer, just forget about it, and get ready for the next season to show a better face and a better performances. But so yeah, like they put him aside, him and Garnacho. Garnacho is set to leave Manchester United, and he's okay with that situation. And then you remember after the Europa League finals, we heard that the president Ratcliffe said that he's going to put all those players on a market, all right, for them to find another place where they can go and exercise their talent. So putting on an aside of this last game, some people might say it's for rest, but you know the coach has to be politically correct whenever he's talking to the press. When they put him aside, they are just telling them that, hey, we
might not need
you. And then
any man will play ball. Any man will play ball knows so that thing they happen.
And then now you understand, and that Manchester are behind Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper of Everton. I mean, the contract is getting over by the end of this season, which is already over. The season is already finished. So, and then I would say maybe that's the case. They say that they wanted to rest him because he had a very long season and all of that. Maybe that's the politics in place now, because even the Cameroonian coach didn't summon him for the national duties. So for these international windows, they didn't summon him. So let's just hope that it's really for him to rest, because they really had a long season. They played a lot of games this season, and yeah. And it's also true that the statistics that they pull out is not really good for a goalkeeper that play in a legendary club like Manchester. I'm not saying that Manchester is a top club today, but it's a legendary club. And for the list of the clean sheet, I think he made the top 5 of the clean sheet with 9 clean sheet. I think he made the top 5 of that. Well, I think I saw that list. He made the top 5 of the most clean sheet in Premier League. So I think the first one is 14. I can't remember the name. But yeah, I think he made the top 5. So, like Sami said, if they don't want him anymore in Manchester, let him look for a place where he can land and then work on his performance and come back in a higher place. Because some people might say that, yeah, he still have 3 more years on his contract because he signed a 5-year contract. He might still have 3 more years in a contract, and which he's earned maybe 6 million a year, and he want to get that money. All right, they can decide to say, okay, sit on the bench. They never play you, but they pay you. All right. But that's the end of your career. And he's just 29. You have a goalkeeper at 29 is still very young. He can play until 39. Some goalkeeper can play until 39. So he's still young. You don't want to take that chance to destroy his career because of that. And I believe Andre still have a lot to show. Let him just go back to work, get himself out of whatsoever politics and whatsoever shenanigan that is going around him, and focus on his game, on his training. And I think he will bounce back.
Everybody thinks that, and everybody wishes him to do that. Our sister, Rosine, and her sister, I'm not sure, Rosina, he said it's crazy that you have other players who have had excellent season this year, but Minsep does not bother to congratulate them. But they know how to congratulate a player who qualifies for a finals. His team did not even win. Ondua's team has won all the tournaments in Lithuania. But no congratulations. And it continues to show, well, we talk some people, then feel the one just talk. We're concerned now the way that they use Onana, and he's very, very comfortable with it for destroy some picking their career. Because the Nations Cup this is come. If Baliba they miss this Nation Cup, guess what? Before they want to play the next Nation Cup again, their age going to push up to maybe 26 or you understand? And it's getting more and more complicated because teams enough around Africa, it's not easy again.
No.
Yeah, and we are not even here saying that he's a bad goalkeeper. They're not supposed to play him. No. What we are saying is his attitude is affecting him, his character is affecting him. I feel better when I say good difficult for Onana to get good club. I told someone the other day, I tell you, say, no coach, especially the white man coach them, wants a person for a team where the person want get a say for how he draw a lineup. It no matter whether you don't do it for ye, as you do it for the other man for the other side. The coach waiting the thing for a head. Now say, when you get an opportunity, you do it for ye. That is how they think. If you start putting you for us for bench, you will start gather people there for back, for plotty, for drag it down. Now so they think. Have you noticed after George Weah at their generation? After George Weah at their generation, it's really difficult to see African player where he play football for Africa. He play first division for Africa. He play for all the Zamalek or all the team them, and then he make a top club for Europe like Barcelona or Real Madrid. Or that's it's gonna never get player them. That year for I think Hassan and Mehdi guy them for Egypt. They had the guy who win African best player no win bet if they Abutrika. These guys were super talented. You don't wonder why Chelsea no one sign them or because so long as you go for Africa, you go for a year, they feel like you get some mentality inside you where they need to control them. Pay attention for all the African players the way they hit high level football for Europe. All them go Europe where they're really young. Most of them about 80 to 90%. Whether na Drogba them, whether na Eto'o them, whether na Yaya Toure them, all of them they go where they really young. Alexander Song. Why man believe say when you come when you did that age, it puts something, it put that inside you. So even when you're stubborn, they don't look and say you're stubborn. They look and say you probably get reason why you're stubborn because now then they train you. But when you come from Africa, like Mila, they used to come back in the days and all of that, you don't feel like get something inside you. And go ask the clubs, the other guys that played it, they were stubborn. For control, they need be easy. So
big ego.
Yeah, big ego. What you just talk and say, Andrew Nana, you are a wonderful. You can be a wonderful goalkeeper. Move it that way. Command if you open mouth tongue as you be good goalkeeper. For talks you be good goalkeeper. Your statistics there for the show you be good goalkeeper. You can be a wonderful goalkeeper. Every time we don't perform some way now because you play with your team, it means every person around you gets something to contribute for your career. Whether the person with the play, whether the person with the manage and everything. If you know if you respect them, if you know it go difficult for you. If you like, you continue for years to true lie on the talk. Do whatever you want, do that one see that you true lie and you sabi. Follow them. Now your career they go for drain. Then the day for they work their money, they decide they feed their family and all that. More talk a little bit about the other guys, Baliba and Moussa Baliba particularly. What do you think should be the future for you?
Baliba, ce que je vais demander à Baliba, c'est d'être concentré, la discipline. Parce que Baliba commence déjà à s'égarer un peu. On a vu le dernier match avec en Afrique du Sud. Et au Cameroun, je n'ai pas vu le Baleba que on en l'a vu tout feu, tout flamme au début quand il vient d'arriver à l'équipe nationale. Ça veut dire qu'il est déjà en train de se prendre des ailes, surtout qu'il a quelqu'un comme Onana qui est déjà à côté de lui et qui commence déjà à lui donner des conseils et tout et tout. On se rappelle encore quand Baleba allait en Europe, quand il a signé son contrat, ils sont allés voir Samuel Eto'o avec ses parents. Qu'est-ce qui se passe aujourd'hui que Baleba n'est plus l'enfant qui appelait Samuel Eto'o papa avant de partir en Europe? Donc, ça veut dire qu'il y a des choses qu'Onana est en train de faire aujourd'hui. Je vais encore revenir dessus. À l'équipe nationale qui n'est pas bien, il est en train de mettre des choses. Si vous regardez la sortie de Fabrice Olinga a eu les mêmes conversations avec Onana avant de se rattraper à la fin. Parce que j'ai vu, si vous regardez la première sortie de Fabrice Olinga, vous regardez sa sortie de l'autre jour, vous allez comprendre qu'Onana a endoctriné le maximum des joueurs de l'équipe nationale, des joueurs internationaux. Il a endoctriné le maximum tous ceux qui étaient, même la plupart même des enfants de Samuel Eto'o qui ont grandi à la Fondesport. Il les a endoctrinés et voilà le petit Baleba qui entre dans le choc aujourd'hui. Et ce que je vais dire au petit, c'est d'être discipliné parce que le coût d'achat qu'on est en train de dire 40, 50 millions ou 70 millions qu'on veut le vendre là, si ça mue, ça va diminuer. Parce qu'on n'est même pas encore sûr qu'il y aura les gens, il y aura une équipe. Parce qu'on est en train de parler, on est en train de dire qu'il y a des clubs qui te proposent. Mais ce n'est pas encore très sûr. Sinon, il risque de devenir l'ombre de lui-même. Il faut qu'il se concentre, qu'il soit discipliné, qu'il arrête d'entrer dans les histoires d'Onana. Parce qu'Onana endoctrine a lot of people. Il est là en train d'endoctriner beaucoup des enfants. Merci.
Baleba, what did you think?
Man, super player, super talented. You see, for the first call Baleba answer in the national team, you saw the input in the team. You see how he transformed the team. You see how even Zambo Anguissa fell loose. You understand, to play that role of
that
he plays, go up and down. Because now Baleba was there doing the job of that midfielder, holding midfielder, and doing it in a very good way. So Baleba's season for me, it was a very, very good season, and he played more often this season than last season. So that means you understand that the coach the confidence of the coach towards him is increasing. So now, and he has a lot of big clubs getting interested in him that are scouting him out. For me, I'm like, it is time for him to move to another team, which is like that. Maybe the team will be playing Champions League for him to grow again in this kind of competition, in this high, super high tension competition like Champions League or Europa League, something like that. For me, he's a player that doesn't deserve the middle of the table anymore. He's really talented, and then we are really pleased to have him. And then as far as the national team is concerned, I will not totally agree with Sami on that, because they are all grown men. They have their own decision to make. If Baleba, but one thing is for sure is that the ego, the how do you say that? The war of ego that is running now in the den of the of lions definitely make them don't really want to open up. They just want to be on their side, because like I told you last week, whenever there are egos in the dressing room, it's going to be very hard to perform. So, and this is where Baleba is really, maybe that's why he's staying quiet. But the guy for me is super. For me, if he can go to another club, you let him come to Liverpool. Let him bleed. Right? I'm a Liverpool fan. Let him come over there. He's going to win title. He's going to grow. He's going to grow in his game. I think Brighton gave him everything they could right now, because I don't think that Brighton is going to grow past this level they have right now. So I think Brighton gave him everything they could. So let's just hope that another big club, or even Newcastle or Tottenham, that people that are scouting him, they get him for the next season, so that I can at least play the European Championship.
And I like one thing where you just highlight them and No, now you sabi never ever write that kind of thing. You know have a look football. You never ever get that kind of sense.
Nice.
One other thing I say, Baleba was not titulaire for Brighton.
He was not.
He played the game, he not play the other
Okay.
game, play the game, not play the other game. Yet even some games they will not play and Brighton they get result. The game they will play he will come in, he will add something, make you feel like wow. One other thing we have to understand now, when you need the play, who be the play, how good is the person? You understand? If you need the place, other person play and the person the team they produce result, guess what? The team will one by you know, only look at you, you look the other person there too. And for the way character go play. As Sami talk, if wait Sami talk, we don't observe and are true. Say it wants to get some more ego, it wants to make some more, you understand? It go affect you.
Yeah.
It go affect you. Football nowadays. There's a reason why when Pep came to Barcelona, right? I don't want Eto'o, I don't want Ronaldinho, I don't want Deco.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
He went to Manchester City. I don't want Yaya Toure. Because trust me, the few coaches who made that mistake of, oh, even though I don't like him, I can just leave him here. Now, how the guy will be coaching for 2010 World Cup?
Paul Le Guen.
Paul Le Guen. He made the mistake with Rigobert Song.
Yeah.
If you were sure that you were not going to use Rigobert Song,
Don't bring him along.
don't bring him along.
Yeah.
Don't bring him along. If you observe the group and you notice that Bia and Alexandre Song and all of these other Achille Emana, they were siding with Rigobert Song. Kick all of them out. Football is like the army. When you're going out for a war or a session, everybody has to be in one accord.
Yeah.
It is preferable to have a team of average players who are one. You understand? They will play a game, they'll have a 27% possession, and they make one shot at the goal and they win. Contrary to having who did not notice the fact that I think Casemiro and Onana had a back and forth during the game.
Yeah. It was.
If you look at even the goal they scored him, right? Once the ball went inside the goal, the defender just turned and they started walking. It shows you that in their head,
they were not expecting nothing better.
Yeah, they were not expecting anything better.
Like, this is something normal.
It's normal.
We're used to this.
So you see that the team is not as together, as solid as it used to be. We are talking about him not being part of the farewell, whatever. That's a situation where if the team was together, they will say, no, coach, remember you see do ITC. If they are going to insult him, let them insult everyone, including us. We will be there to defend and defend and defend.
And to be honest, they are, when you read a certain press, I read a lot of Fabrizio Romano. So he's reported this, that even in the dressing room, some players really kind of fed up of him and his attitude of always going to challenge the people. Like he can control his temper. He has a very strong personality. So according to Fabrizio Romano, some player in the dressing room are really fed up about with that attitude of him. But like, we should even, to be honest with you guys, we should even let him aside. Let's just showcase those players that did really good this season. Because for me, this season for Onana is to be forgotten. We just forget and then come back next year. Hopefully, he's staying in Manchester or in another team in Premier League, so that we still have that. At least we have two goalkeeper in the Premier League. Like Rosin mentioned, we have another Cameroonian goalkeeper that just got promoted with Sunderland to the Premier League. And then I think the federation should be looking into that direction too. As it's only 23, so it's a player we can use in the next future.
The fact that he was. I okay, but one surely contribute for the True Lion. Give me 1 second. Man connect this. When I connect the team, Mrs. I'll call you back. What do you think about Mbeumo, his season, and what's the future for him? Yeah.
Mbeumo, c'est la référence actuellement. Mbeumo, c'est la référence de l'équipe nationale actuellement parce que je pense qu'il a fait la plus meilleure, c'est le Camerounais parmi eux tous, parmi tous les joueurs camerounais internationaux, qui a fait la plus meilleure saison. Parce que je pense qu'il a 20 buts et 14 ou 9 passes décisives, 14 ou 5 passes décisives. Je pense que c'est quelqu'un sur qui on peut compter. Mais seulement ceux qui jouent autour de Mbeumo. C'est pour ça que au début, avant qu'il n'arrive, je parlais de ceux qui vont jouer autour de Mbeumo. Est-ce qu'ils vont comprendre le jeu de Mbeumo Comme on entier comprend son jeu aujourd'hui dans son club
à Brentford.
à Brentford. C'est pourquoi, Mbeumo, je vais vous dire, et je pense qu'il y a déjà Manchester United qui est en pour parler avec Mbeumo.
Oui.
Il y a Tottenham. Il y a
Newcastle.
Newcastle aussi.
Même Liverpool.
Yeah. Qui sont en train de parler avec lui. Donc, vous voyez déjà qu'avec Mbeumo, on a plus d'avenir qu'avec beaucoup d'autres références. Oui, on va parler de Nzambo Anguissa et tout ça, mais actuellement, la star de notre équipe nationale, c'est Mbeumo. Parce que c'est lui le gars, c'est la boussole même, c'est la boussole actuellement. Dit, vous voyez un peu comme à l'époque, au temps de Rigobert Song, on comptait sur Mboma et le latéral, l'équato-guinéen, on l'appelle encore comment?
Etame
Mayer.
Lorraine.
Après ça, Ito est venu. Il était comme la boussole. Aujourd'hui, on a un Mbeumo, parce qu'il y a longtemps, on n'a pas eu de boussole. Aujourd'hui, on a un Mbeumo, Baleba au milieu. Et si on récupère Boyomo en défense, ça veut dire qu'on a déjà 3 joueurs sur qui on passe. Moi, je ne compte pas trop sur Zambo, parce qu'à l'équipe nationale, c'est pas trop ça, c'est pas la même chose.
No, but I feel like Zambo, what was actually stopping him was the fact that he needed to double his role. Zambo is more of an offensive player, more of that person that can carry the ball and make the passes
Number 8.
and connect the midfield. You understand? But when you come to a national team that has people like Fire Collins who are not playing, Abubakar who is getting old, and Ngade, who I don't even know, and all, it's a little bit difficult. And you remember, if you compare the team now and the team we used to have, this team doesn't even have that quality of players. If we had a team, even Zambo was playing for Cameroon national team in the 2000s or whatever, he would have been prolific.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
The reason why once this guy came, Baleba,
Yeah.
and Baleba was doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
Because Baleba came in knowing fully well I'm a younger guy. I am here to win my own position and this and that. You understand? So when Anguissa will come and tell him that, okay, play like jouer comme ça, that was exactly what he was doing, and he was fighting for his position.
Yeah.
If you ask my opinion, play Baleba, play a young Eno Boris, two holding midfield. Let Zambo play in front of them, and you see the magic that will happen. Once Zambo knows that, okay, I really don't have to go back to defend, they are going to destroy everything and give me to use as with my experience. It's going to be easy for him. It's going to be very easy. Let me call True Lion before he starts writing my name on the comment section. Even when you're saying things, he's still writing Betuide.
True Lion.
Hello?
Yeah, bro.
Hello,
Yes,
Baba.
sir. Okay. So much to talk about, bro.
No, talk plenty.
No, I mean, when I say so much to talk about, I'm talking about the content.
Yeah.
Let me start with Baleba.
Yes, Baba.
I think Baleba needed time. Baleba needed time to adjust with his team, right? Because when you move into a new culture, although technically we can see that he's a good player, the coach was taking time to actually introduce him and to make him the man of the team. And you see that the coach has played him in 2 different positions to show how versatile he is. And we all know Brighton is a selling team. In my opinion, I think Baleba should play 1 more season at Brighton before leaving, because he's still in the growth process. There are still so many things he has to learn. However, if he's moving out of Brighton, I believe Baleba should choose wisely. One of the teams, if I was the one, I would go to is Manchester City, because I can play under a coach like Pep Guardiola. That's gonna teach me a lot. Okay? Or maybe you go to Arsenal. Going to Liverpool? No, I wouldn't go to Liverpool, because Liverpool already has a midfield where it's gonna be too competitive for him. Okay? I will go maybe to Arsenal, or I will go to a club like Manchester City, or maybe Newcastle. That's my opinion on Baleba. Now, Zambo Anguissa. A lot of people have been criticizing Zambo Anguissa. Today, they are backing off, because guess what? Onana has decided to be the bad man of the national team. Okay? Zambo doesn't talk anymore. He's not quiet. And Cameroonians are no longer insulting him. He has won his 2nd car show. And we see that It's about experience. Sometimes a team takes so many different pieces. Baliba is now with the Lions. He's playing in that 6th position. We see that Zambo Anguissa has more space to roam around. Has somebody that he can now play with. And now we see that he's shining. However, don't forget that it's because Onana has decided to take all the bullets. Because during World Cup, all Cameroonians, you guys were abusing Zambo Anguissa. Okay? And I have all the receipts. Now, when you talk about Mbeumo, you are saying that Mbeumo is the star of the Cameroon national team.
Did you say you have all the receipts?
Hold on. Let me finish, bro.
No, I just asked.
Yes, I have it.
Okay.
Now, Mbeumo has not yet even learned what it means to be an indomitable lion. He doesn't have that Hamley of the Cameroon, that spirit of Cameroon yet. As much as he's a good player, he struggled with the Cameroon national team to start. I wish that he can now adapt and move forward and score many goals with the Cameroon national team. But as far as his season this year with his team, exceptional. But if he goes to a team like Liverpool, because I hear you guys calling so many teams, if he goes to a team like Liverpool, where does he play? He plays on the same wing as Mo Salah. Okay. Do you think he's going to excel playing at that wing? No, he will not. If he plays as a center forward or a false nine, do you think he's going to excel? I don't think so, because he's a player who needs space. He likes dropping and he needs space. He likes to move to the left. So for him also, he has to be very careful. I think maybe he goes to Manchester United, but Manchester United is a team that kills careers. Manchester United is a team that kills careers. Look at McTominay. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at Andre Onana. Look at Lukaku. For the past 7-8 years, Manchester United kills careers. If he goes to Manchester United, it's going to be about money. And that's the same thing I talked about Onana. That's what I had to say.
So, Baba, thank you very much. Will we call different man, or you want to take 1 or 2 questions?
I'll take the questions, bro.
So you talk about receipt. So you get receipt for Wiwo, the coach, Anguissa, right?
Not specifically you. I say Cameroon as the way they coach Anguissa. Yes.
Okay. Tell me 3 things the way you think say Anguissa don't do for national team will make you feel like, wow, Anguissa is this wonderful player for Cameroon national team.
No, he doesn't have to be a wonderful player only for Cameroon national team.
No, okay, just tell me 3 things the way don't do him. For the national team,
you don't have like, wow. The answer. You don't ask me question at the answer, right? At the answer.
Okay.
It's just like 100 type bundle, right? 100 type bundle. Let's see. Look at Samuel Eto'o. When Samuel Eto'o went to the national team, he was with Aram Boma and all those guys. He won 2 African Cup of Nations. He won Olympics. At the end, when he became captain, they didn't have that unity in the team. Although they had great players, what did they do? Nothing. So Zambo Anguissa is in a position right now that he just needs more players around him, and then they can do something. Maybe this African Nations Cup in Morocco.
Yeah. So technically, what you just talking about, say you never do nothing. But my point out now your answer. My point out the fact say.
No. I said he's a good player.
Baleba is he play with the same player the way. Baleba is he play with the same player the way Zambo Anguissa they play with them. But we all appreciate what Baleba they already do for national team. The same thing they happen even for Mbeumo. Mbeumo never really, boss, maybe I talk smart back. Mbeumo never really play for that level what we expect. But guess what? You see the score goes there, you see the make pass, you see the make the effort. We know say okay, this is something they come. Abubakar don't play for that team from Nations Cup, go for World Cup. And then come back now. Guess what? Now there's almost the same player then. But Abubakar on the score goes away. If we could call it Abu Bay and Abu Shu and all of these titles. So when you say Anguissa therefore go play in about 2000 team before you should say be good player, then I not agree with your analysis.
Who said Anguissa has to go play in the 2000 team?
That was what you said.
No,
you said if he be the player of that team.
No, I said a crop of players. I said Eto'o in the 2000 team. Eto'o won 2 African Cup of Nations. But 10 years after, we saw Eto'o struggle. Even with good players because there was no chemistry.
They play Nations Cup final. They played Nations Cup final about 2008, right?
Against Egypt.
Against Egypt.
After that, they struggled.
I think.
Yes, I mean, after that he became captain. So what did they win after? So everybody needs someone.
About winning. None about winning. Well, one talks to Onana mess because you know win. When I tell you I play through the European League final. More takes all I call her beg.
Okay, bro.
If you come back later and someone overstay for this topic.
Oh no, that's fine. You know, there's a lot of football to talk about. You guys should talk about Anguissa. You guys should talk about Mbeumo and Baleba. Those guys had a good season.
Yeah, and when to truly on the top, not true. One talk about them, but when Onana they continue to do the crazy thing they do, we not get no choice. But we don't even know what we start talk about him. Because sometimes we look at him a super talented guy, extremely talented guy. But if you go look at the stats, you cry. And if you lie on, I should just sometimes we are talking about Onana. But inside my heart, it hurt even me. So I open my mouth, he talks about it. Onana pure goal. Remember, say when these guys go out there and win, we win also. When they go out there and win, we win also. Zambo Anguissa about a season for Napoli, and the fact say most people, I watched John Kemp interview the other day. That was the same thing he was saying. They say Zambo Anguissa na exceptional player, but
two different players. But me, I'm gonna be biased concerning Zambo because, like I told you, he's a kid brother. I've known him from childhood, so I have a very, very special feelings for him. So I'm going to be biased, but let me try to be as clean as possible. Malik, shout out to you. Do you know the role of Zambo in the national team is not the same in Napoli? And then now we have to understand that in Napoli, they train every single day. They have time to create that cohesion, that bond between them, the player. They can understand themselves in the field. You can see that because they live together. But in the national team, they come for 3 days, all right? And most of the time when they come, there's this really division outside. You have this clan, you have this clan. So it's kind of hard to meld in. And then above all, before Baleba came in to free Zambo a little bit of this midfield work, this possibility to even show himself. And because whenever Baleba came in, you saw that the game of Zambo was really different. It was putting more density in the offensive play setup and all of that, because he knew that someone got the back. But before Baleba, it was double the role, trying to come to the hole and trying to go organize up, helping the attackers. But now, this season actually shows that he's at the top. He's at the rim of his football career. You've seen this is for me the most prolific season Zambo Anguissa has ever done since he started with Marseille. All right, he scored, I think it's 5 goals this season for a midfielder, and I think he has like 4 passes as well, which is really good. And out of 35 games this season with Napoli, at the end of the season they won the Scudetto, and this is even his second Scudetto. And he was really part of the squad that the team, the coach was counting on. So when the coach came, there were this rumor saying that no, Zambo, you need to send the. He told them that no, Zambo I'm counting on him. And we saw that Antonio Conte saw how to use him, and he did it really good. So I think that the problem with Zambo in the national team is that guy will always come and give his 100%. But now they don't use it in the proper way. They give him the role that is not suited for. But since he's playing for the nation, he will go and do the dirty work. He can even tarnish his image. People will call him Larissa or whatever. You understand? But he was doing the role that the coach assigned to him. So there are 2 key things for a player to perform and be successful. Have a good coach that understands how you play. You understand? And then now you are a hard worker, you're going to succeed.
Talking about the coach understanding, we can sit here and feel like the player is not playing their role, the player is not good. But for the coach,
that's what
they're doing perfectly well.
Exactly.
Example, Mark Brice. The best player for Mark Brice is Fai Collins. It doesn't matter what is happening. Fai is always giving the cutbacks in his dream and defending all the. He has this role, whether you like it, whether he has a team or not. So sometimes also we want to consider the way the coach looks at things. But it's difficult to want to understand why the coach feels like this person is still good when they are losing. My brother Betsy Banks is saying Onana is in a very destructive team, Sako, which is similar thing to what
we know.
True Lion said. And we don't argue. But you know where we start to feel like, okay, something is wrong even with him. You cannot play against a team like Tottenham and then they have 0 shots, 1 shot on goal. And that is the only time that every person was expecting you to do a magic and help the team. And you don't do anything. So at the end of the day, everybody else is just feeling like, okay, if we are supposed to win, we are supposed to play like we don't even have a goalkeeper. That is indirectly telling you that you're not good at all. We understand that the Manchester United team is bad. But like I said, every time you're a married man, I don't know, every time we man and woman dey for house, especially for that typical African family, we woman a housewife, man a protector and a provider. You understand? It give you that man the responsibility to go out there and fight. And can give for house and can protect family. The same way the woman to know say na my responsibility this. You know if you come out go, you don't go find. You bring and come and then they never cook it chop. You know like them. Any man get irresponsibility, and I would the kind of say, in as much as the team no be as good as the defense or Manchester no be as good as we think. Some mistakes in the Onana they make us sometimes we just feel like it's psychological. Like Malik they always talk. Onana leave politics. What Onana like or not no? You never think about which Onana they feel. What if you want to work us one day when they come here, they told them make their peace with Mark Breeze, and then they didn't find. You understand? Who said I go leave it? They think all this in them.
They think.
What if all the players they now Wood and Christopher Wood and Guisa them? Abu Bakar, the Joe customer, so don't tell with it to no one walk again with you.
You didn't even go far.
Yeah.
What if you woke up the next day, they say that they don't shoot minister? No be more they can be dead now. They don't say him for Cartier, they bring the new minister.
Where do one collaborate with two?
Many of I say we live on now. We move on Zambo.
Yeah, take on Zambo Anguissa.
Yeah, Zambo Anguissa. Quand je parlais de Mbemo, j'ai parlé de Zambo Anguissa. J'ai dit Zambo Anguissa.
Now you sabi, go ahead. Now you sabi one talk. I will say what blast me.
Zambo Anguissa.
Now you sabi, may finish and I'll call you.
Zambo Anguissa, c'est un plat tournant. Il joue un peu comme un 10, comme un faux 10. Ça, c'est ça. Ça, c'est son poste de formation. Mais quand je regarde Zambo Anguissa dans son club, à Napoli, à Naples, et je regarde Zambo Anguissa à l'équipe nationale, c'est vrai, on n'a pas un 6 pour supporter le jeu des Zambo Anguissa. Mais à l'équipe nationale, on dit souvent, quand vous venez à l'équipe nationale, ça veut dire qu'on peut l'utiliser. Parce qu'un bon joueur qui joue au milieu de terrain, ça veut dire qu'on peut l'utiliser comme peut-être milieu offensif, milieu défensif ou en 10. Mais Zambo Anguissa a plus une formation de 10. Mais à Naples, on l'utilise comme milieu offensif. Et aujourd'hui,
au milieu relayeur.
Milieu relayeur. C'est la même chose. Donc, quand tu regardes son jeu à l'équipe nationale, vraiment, si on avait Baleba avant, au temps de Rigobert, on avait un Baleba, on avait un Enon, je suis que Rigobert remportait la Coupe d'Afrique. Je vous dis la vérité. Je suis qu'à la Coupe du Monde, là, on allait plus loin. Parce que même avec les mauvaises statistiques, Sombana reste le seul coach qui nous a donné au moins 4 points depuis
2002.
Depuis 2002.
Donc 20 ans.
20 ans après. C'est le seul coach qui nous a donné 4 points. Avec les Zambo, avec le même Zambo. Quand on a vu Zambo, dernier match contre le Brésil, mais c'était parfait. On ne l'appelait plus Larissa, on l'appelait Zambo Chou. Oui, ça c'est vrai. Zambo, quand j'ai vu Zambo jouer, j'ai dit que ce gars peut jouer. Et regardez même son dernier match, Naples, quand Naples est sacré champion. C'est lui qui porte l'équipe sur son dos. Donc c'est pour dire que Zambo peut. Il peut.
No, and that's another thing we have to not ignore also. I feel like these coaches, some of these coaches, they know how to transform players.
Exactly.
Because look at Lukaku.
I'm telling you.
You understand? Now he's a winner.
He's a winner.
And then Osimhen is somewhere sitting and acting like, and that's the reason why the guy for Inter Milan was like, man, when they said they were giving us 20 million for this guy, we were like, wait, what? Do they even know what they do? And that's it. It requires a coach also
to understand
that can, because you look at the Barcelona team before this coach, they were a mess.
They were a mess, yeah.
Xavi.
Under Xavi. They were struggling, let me not say a mess.
They were struggling.
But then this guy came with the same persons and transformed
the team.
everything in less than how many weeks? So I just feel like the coaches also have a wonderful role to play.
So I want to add something before you call him.
Yeah.
You see, you want to also know that Zambo, whenever you play with him in the middle, is a kind of player that make people around him shine. Look at McTominay in the midfield. McTominay finished like the best player of the Italian league. You know that? He gave him that award, best player of the season of the Italian league, playing around Zambo, because Zambo is trying to make him feel comfortable. That's the same thing. The quality of player you have around you definitely is going to make you shine. You understand? If you come to Cameroon, I'm not saying that, but we should be honest by saying that the level of player we have in our national team nowadays is not the same thing we used to have.
And that's why
the guy now, if we grow, like we are having players like Baleba, like Bomo, they are growing. We are having this Elas Veron player, Jackson Chachwa, which is really good at what he's doing. We have Chamade, yeah, from Stock City. They call him over there the French, or I think it's French Cafu or something like that in Stock. So you have this player, whenever they come together and form a good team, and we form a team around them with the coach that will understand them and know how to get the best out of them, I think we'll perform well. So Zambo is a player that makes people around him shine. You can get through, sir. Now you sabi.
What else you want to tell me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Now you sabi, we need to hear you.
Now you sabi, we need to hear you. You call me back, monsieur.
So, je vais un peu aller avec ton sujet. C'est pour dire que quand je devais finir.
Hello?
Hey, you get me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get you now. What am I about me condition me, you know?
I don't give me. You don't give me one today. Yeah, the only week me and today don't define. We don't define the only week.
Always.
All right. The two I want to talk now. Say, I want to talk about United. Now, last time you talk United, and I just busy owner they go through a bad year, right? It happen for human life. Suppose they get bad day, suppose they get bad week, suppose they get bad month. You understand now? Where they underperform. Yes, owner they go through a bad year. Number two, I watch your analysis on English guy they were the following. The English guy talk say if they still look around, even goalkeepers and where they available. This current guy will be coach of United. The only player he play that strategy for now from Unana. It's what they want to do for now, not Unana. But again, me as that my man talk, United are a very bad team. Yeah, a career killer. You understand? He key career.
Yeah,
very value of players them, especially African players them. It key them. I was even glad when Aviesi Miko Bino be good day. Because Miko Bino for this level all day today. Baleba, I want to talk about Baleba.
Yeah.
Baleba, if you look at data very well, Baleba they go up exponentially. You know, get that guy say it's slow. No. Baleba they go exponentially. When he come 2 seasons ago, now the current coach of Marseille be the coach.
Yeah,
we later go for Chelsea and they bring this young German guy. We start coach. And the German guy give you the opportunity as a talk. He don't prove and say if he play for any play, the man put him a play.
Exactly.
They get injury, they put you for any side, it execute. It do it perfectly. Yeah, central defense. You know. So data the show say this so now potential player. If they at the end they just may go play for United, at the end they think they go they put it do no, you go United, you don't die. You don't die. So we used to play for Brighton, no, just be at Brighton, be on the level and say you go like gym and they collapse and never hear you again. Yeah. So for me, I thought say the MVP here for the whole Cameroon now, Anguissa prove him. Even when he come back, injury, he forced himself come back. Because even when he be out for injury, see, Napoli struggle a little bit. But once he return, where they put up McTominay for a front. For a front, you see, Napoli pick fire back. So the Cameroonian player MVP, Anguissa Ora, and kudos to that one. Congratulations to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like almost everything you talk, except for the fact you say Manchester United na team with the key players them, and then you even go mention Jemba. Jemba decided to ruin his career. No man.
No, but just for Africans, for United,
Now I say
since
you
that
mention
Pago.
Jemba. You don't mention Jemba.
No, I talk na say that say me go and their career just disappear. Don't know even your year. But now this was some. Now you said the talk say on a future make so on another which age on a future say my Saudi Pro League just go make my money for day for none in money. I don't need to tell you that thing again, right? Yes, I feel go make my money. You understand? If you go here, but I just talk now say he don't just go now go so no hear about you again. So United, even their fans, they get very impatient fan them. Their fan they put pressure. Their fan they make even the coach go gaga.
Yeah, like I said, everything you talk correct, except for the fact say you talk about Manchester United didn't play their energy. You use Jemba, and a very wrong example for me.
Jemba.
No, I not talk now. I use Jemba. Let's say Jemba. I think I say you should actually believe United, and then whenever you ban Jemba again.
But
I thought I said me some.
But I agree with you though, because when you see McTominay left Manchester to Napoli. Now he has a Italian championship. You saw Lukaku.
Take all man we don't leave United. Why they on loan? Why they sell him?
Yeah,
they call Anthony
Italian
today for
champion.
Brazilian national team.
Anthony.
They call Anthony today for Brazil. Yes.
I read about Anthony today. He said that he was so sad at Manchester. He was depressed, crying, locking himself up, crying while playing at Manchester. So yeah, this team nowadays is not really a good place to be for.
And so once there's some person talk away, I want to drop the one for Toride. Now say he talk say United is selling for all the players they put on. I say United no get money. United is broke.
Now you sabi you really want so.
That's true. United no
get
money. United. Yeah. That's true. Now you sabi.
Okay, we'll try to take another caller. By the way, when I know me and now you sabi, we'll go back and forth now only for comment section for different side. I want to call some monitor. Don't tag me for some posts on the side. Say jealousy story. They can't see what the guy. And when he tag me say jealousy story, they some people they just can't coach me. Say that fool, that idiot. But we know, we understand this thing is joke for us and it's fun. Rosine Tungwe. If you can actually call, I put that phone number for Dana because I want me to call her back. I don't know if you call for WhatsApp, you call. I don't know how you did, but I really like your contributions. I want to get your contact information. If you call, we make some small contribution through phone.
Yeah.
We would like them. Hello.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, Manchester United lost league, and then Onana, I think number 15 goalkeeper for the whole classification. He not even come over the first 7, they will clean sheet.
If
you make a contribution now.
Why you cut out on number 7? You will say no for first 10. Why is number 7 so special? Because you don't see the number 8, right?
Baba, go ahead.
Yeah, how much? A long time.
Okay. No, we did.
Yeah, so okay. So what exactly what my input? I join me when I talk about Anguissa.
Yeah, we don't talk about first of all when I start for Manchester United and which we wish start for the first.
Yeah, so as long as I be a very huge fan for Onana, bet if I would lie to myself or I got to pretend if I took so Onana get a bad season. I know officially blame Onana performance to the defense line. We don't do a lot of giveaways in this season where a goalkeeper play is 30 and not supposed to do them. So even though the United defense may help it, Onana too not help himself at all because we begin situation then for previous years where United defense be the mess up and they get a win player of the season for United, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe say Onana fulfill replicate something like that. But that notwithstanding, I ever ask people on United, I don't know if somebody kills them or something happened because if you look like almost in the last 10 seasons, I don't know of 3 or 4 players where United signed them from 2015 to today, where they live up to expectation or they've been better off than when they signed for United or after, because you see some player, prospects or a good player, he joined United, things they don't work out. After 1, 2, 3 seasons, he leave United. he get back to where he's supposed to be. So I don't know something that happened to the United culture. So it also say United should not be just coach or player. Something is happening with the United. Maybe now the ownership or no, something is happening there. So, but that's notwithstanding, I don't want to use that as an excuse for Onana. Onana needs to step up. And as I talk for the last few times where I've been for Toridi, and I say, me, if I'm there for position for sign Gopa for United, I will keep Onana sign a high profile keeper away. It will make United, it will make Onana know any day where they give him chance, even in a cup game, he need for this for his best. Yeah, because now the only way that Onana will get back to this thing. If how they call it, Ten Hag don't sign Onana as coach for Leverkusen. If he just said to take Onana go, Onana not say okay, now like I want to bring it back again, so he goes to get a nonchalant attitude or maybe not step up again. He need to go somewhere with competition, like real competition, because that will not also make the game for United don't be a little bit stagnated because he knows the person behind you no get level. Yeah, so now so I look at so yeah, so now so me I look at.
We'll talk about the people in two the super people who get our team now, Baliba, Buemo, and Anguissa. We'll talk about their season and their
yes,
future.
fantastic season for Buemo. Third on a foot top scorer for Premier League playing for Brentford. Exceptional season, not playing as an outright striker. Putting in those numbers. Me, I'm not because of the numbers playing, but when you're a winger and you put in some of those numbers, at least we get for highlight and two. So it's exceptional season for Buemo. Exceptional and not fit. I don't know any word there. And another thing, I just wake up today, I see that they link to United. I'll not be happy. Those guys not get to go. Those guys get to go to United when they don't pass their prime. Because the way United, they don't stand in a lot of players. You're not going to be for your prime at 24 and at 25, you're going to United. Until things get settled for United. Now, nobody going to settle that shit. Make Cameroonian, they no go towards that level. Maybe they wait, maybe they should be settled, then they go. Maybe they no go help us settle the shit. Because the way things get to United, it will take a while.
No one day.
Nah. Before one time, they already didn't know. Before one time, no be map. Because the Cameroonian, they cost Onana. You know, when Maguire go through for United, so they talk about Maguire for Ganyan Palani. The person made mistake, they call him Maguire, political Maguire. This man. So, if United don't go through a lot for a while now, I don't know if they happen. They need to step up. They brand United. It still attract some players, but at some point, this thing now we are the fear for Ruben Amorim because the fact that United get the money and they get that appeal, they get that pull factor. A lot of players in their way, want to go United because United now finish 16th. They need to participate for Champions. If they be big Spurs, yes, that Champions League will be a little bit of a factor if you bring top players. But I'm going to get to go through a lot. Unless players they go be open up for triple salaries for players for them for Kande. And the way the new ownership under Ratcliffe behaves. Ratcliffe they try to cut expenses as much as possible. So it's easy for Amorim. I don't know Amorim. Maybe I never talk to me. I talk to I blame me for the United performance this season. I never talk me to fire you, right? So I feel as a young man we get potential, but he joined for the wrong time. You understand? And then another thing I say when team the one sign player, they give a sign player based on the culture, not based on the coach. Because I see plenty of people say he don't get the player they want them. If they give the player they want them after 1, 2, 3 seasons, right? He get to leave United. Another new coach will come now. The player, the way they get them, not be the player that's system. So at least when team one sign coach, they sign coach based on that culture.
Yeah.
United and team they used to get that culture, so they rely on their wingers to do this, do that, Because each coach come, they bring their own players. They will end up signing in 5 years, sign 100 players if you start coaching every 2 seasons, right? So they get to sign their players based on their culture, not based on a particular coaching system. Because they look Liverpool, the reason why Liverpool bring Ancelotti. They first contact now Amorim. That Amorim philosophy of 3 in the back, 2 10s, no be Liverpool culture. So that one of the things that way make them, they go find somebody who is close in terms of play, even though no be a like for like, but the closest person to Jurgen Klopp in terms of that pressing football or that kind of football 4-3-3 without a number 10 kind of football. Ancelotti. So now why do they bring Ancelotti? So United, if they look at bringing a player based on their culture, a coach, not based on the player, because you can't bring your own kind of player. The next coach can with that player, they not be player. Then it will cause problem.
Wow.
And then Baleba, I don't know things to talk about Baleba. Fantastic season, one of the best. I think one of the best around in Europe at the moment. We just hope say Brighton no go because Brighton did so if Brighton don't sell McAllister, Caicedo, and all that, making about 200-300 million. Maybe if he make a now, Baleba price tag will be too high,
Yeah,
and
it
then
will be high.
it will drive
It will
some
be
people
high.
away from Baleba. But Baleba dey for level now. We are thinking different same way. He go the 5 top 6 every season. If it's not for Premier League, but for now, na Premier League is supposed to. I know why you go for Italy or for Germany. If you go for Premier League, even for England, because even for Liverpool don't use Gravenberch the whole season as a number 6, and not the natural number 6. So they need another young man like Gravenberch in Baleba for can't help. Maybe they share that time. They get Champions League, get Cup, all those things. Club World Cup they start soon. You know, all those things where they need them. You know, so I think Liverpool would be a good choice for Baleba, because when you see Arsenal don't already sign the guy from Sociedad, Zubimendi, so Baleba not the Man City. I don't see Man City signing Baleba with Rodri coming back. You know, Chelsea don't be signing because they get Caicedo and Lavia. So the only team now for that top, most likely Liverpool, and I believe so Liverpool. If Baleba play the kind of football way if he cope for Liverpool,
Exactly.
because he'd be good for it they call it box to box, and he'd be good in tackling, and he'd be good with the ball. So he fit into all the qualities of a defensive midfielder for top level. And then we want to talk about Anguissa. Anguissa don't win the second Serie A in 3 seasons. Me are the one of those people where I never like when they glasses in the next for national team. The way he play for national team, he get for men. And I always talk under the last Baleba play about 30 matches under Rigobert Song with 30 different midfield partnership. You know if he cope. Today na Kemen, the next day na Kunde, the next day na Hongla, the next day na Ungoet, the next day na this man. When you play with different people every game, your game no go show. But if you watch the way he don't play, I need to give the credit to Magri. I give the credit to the fact that he don't play now with the same Hongla and Baleba all through. So the game be better. So the credit don't say Magri over do something special, right? Even though at least he don't try the stadium and say we use the same midfield combination. When you use the same midfield combination over and over, it helps. Because you know say okay, as the man they go, I have to stay. When I go, the man so no say get to stay and things like that. But when you change the next day na Kunde, the next day na the next day na Hongla, the next day na the other it confused and Anguissa. We need to get player away every season. He play well for a club style, but national team they play fine. No be rocket science. People don't say something be wrong for the side where they play fine.
Okay.
Because the year where they win, yeah.
But thank you
And
very
then
much.
okay, I know they talk about Bremo.
Yeah, let 2 other people on travel call. I don't know. You want conclude?
Okay. No, I want to conclude. I'll be happy. Those 3 guys, at least Cameroon football don't do on how they talk on free fall.
Yeah.
But we don't target players that step up like Anguissa for top level, Bremo they for top like Baleba. Now we now it's supposed to be the stopper. Now you do the shakes more, but I don't say as they talk, still not be die. Class is form be temporal, class be permanent. So I know so Onana will get back to where it's supposed to be with time. He just needs to calm down a little bit and be more competitive. So if we get like 5, 6 Cameroonians, they play for a certain level, Cameroon will get problem for the next few years. And most of them know they for that retirement, and so things will be fine.
Thank you, Baba.
Okay. But I'm going to take your other call.
No wahala.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, boss. Finally, that call.
I was in this. I know it'll be long. I get guessing for us. That's so cute.
No, we're really glad to hear your voice and at least to hear you talk football. And then I believe that one and I really human. And then
I tell you.
to hear you, the analysis of the game and all of that.
They're on point. And statistic with them.
Yeah.
No, I never follow Premier League. That top 5 then. Like I do Premier Serie A, Bundesliga, League. Not so much, but look that one time for at least for follow a player.
Wow.
It's a lot for not to what player they do around, and I'd even look even some of their second, like their B team there, because sometimes they'll get players in for the B team where they do fine. You know, like that small na Amubu, we just come out he sent Etienne. I think Manchester United to take that one. So I try to look inside that different. I'd be very pro young players. And I think that anyone you say me and young players after they are died, that open them. I know say they don't do team member. As you start also, if you start helping their young brothers then for climb up, I day with you. But if you want tight for place like me, I prefer I come then I get problem.
I said you be journalist.
So me I do. No.
Wow.
How can you be this passionate and
I'm
not think
telling
that
you,
you
not
need to be
like-
journalist? By the way, blast
No.
on an small bit.
Hey. I want to avoid that. Okay.
No. I
avoid.
don't
I
want.
want to
If
tell
I
for
can
the
use the word
toxin.
blasting, I just want me. No, I
Flag.
want me to just talk a little bit about Onana. Maybe small concern,
No.
small advice on
Advice.
what if he do for better next season. Because we all want to see him come back to who he used to be.
That not true. Like my say, let's go in nowhere. For my family, no. Before that World Cup, so I be the only person to support Onana. That means I be they be becoming a black legs because you call Onana a name. Why you talk bad so yeah you get problem. Like we be the quarrel so for family meetings. Sika Onana. That's what I don't know. But one thing, the talented player that one no man no deny. But my issue that picking I say he get mistakes like he get weaknesses and way. Now 2 seasons then this you know I work on top. Like I look interview them when they interview you to say how big player, person don't play Champions League final. They had the can talk say the bad player now. You know the issue that people they tell you look, you be when it comes to say ballon au pied, you did good. You know, they catch them if you do them, but that small one the way they pass so for corner. You need to learn how to go down. Their money here. It doesn't know year 12. My problem with him, I say, look, you be big player, you know how to catch, but no player be perfect. The things in day where any man, every player, even Bomo will Alan also say, no, they fine. The things in day where if you work up. But then I say, because they don't really give that name for big player now, so you know I work on the little things. And I for this so way when I watch the game, then if you tell say that other players and that other team they don't see them, observe how they score it. Just pay attention to how they go the way they pick up. Now for down, then you know about put the ball up there. Now for down, and if you say you get a hard time for ground to catch ball. You get a hard time. So after 2 seasons, you want them to say the coach, especially the gym coach, you know what time for help for that one. I mean, if you want if you know why if you carry and go do big player team for Saudi Arabia, since the big name now, and you carry and go for this. But at the top say, if you look the goals and you don't consider and get enough for that, put them even bother again for do that over complicated goals and again. But that one down. And you make it the catcher. So even as they put it, say, okay, Manchester are true. Say plenty players they get difficulties in football, but I mean, you need to change the fact that every player, every individual player get own problems the way you get to fix them. Look as a what's it, Maguire. That one and I for the Maguire be mess. But if you tell now say you don't work on yourself, you don't improve. Now so now Maguire they score game-winning goals. Maguire they score game-winning goals. That's the obvious. Premier League football, not be defending football. All man you go for up. So goalkeeper get to stand on it. Now Premier League that for you. Now Brentford goalkeeper they find Fleck and also for all plays because you know when it comes to the highest stops them, like they do statistics way for the whole Premier League. Now you one way people they don't shots on goal they bad, but it don't stop plenty. So there's a defense no. Premier League not be defending football. Serie A not defending football. Premier League not be no defend. That if you goalkeeper you're not good, then you suffer. You go suffer. That one clear. So Onana, okay, maybe Premier League not be for you. Maybe we'll just take and so say Premier League not be for you. The style of football not be for you. Majorly by going quietly. You know, they know they are playing. They say, okay, Onana take the insult on himself. I think make him laugh. So wait, so because he overlikes Zambo, he decides to say, he will mess for Premier League so that they leave Zambo. I was kind of door talk that matter. Hey, I know girl a player they know, but so kind of talk the so much. I know player not talk that kind of thing matter. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. So if you say Onana like have you cost you for this morning, afternoon, evening, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Massa. Maybe they don't talk that kind. That kind of talk they make when you now. So if you say they good. Constructive criticism. No, tell us no more fair. Fix that for this, fix that for this. Yes. I think commentary for this. It's not me no love it. Say what makes my life. Say le venka de manu wata. So you feel so on and I get that kind of talk. That's really glad. So no, he get issues then for Premier League. May just work on himself, fix and maybe Saudi Arabia will help him. But may come up to me, may just come up Premier League. Go for place where if you do really good, get the statistics and back up, then if you come back. But that areas then that board and for down, may he work on that particular one. Because he also lost his footwork. I don't have to do that. He don't have lost that footwork. Where they will bring it for this one. I know say then I get idea then for head but that footwork so I know lie Premier League. That's not the number one thing where they look at me.
Ten Hag
Like,
don't
they
sign
do not
Leverkusen.
short
Maybe
stop
he
at
go
them.
sign you for there.
Wow.
Yeah, Leverkusen not feature. Leverkusen, mama, me try that kind of thing. They will kill in a people genuine. They need laugh. German football na die. You know that today, so when they even do advert themselves for goal scoring, one of the you know how they make advert now for some league. You know, so one of the goals then where they show one of the na this goal where people score no for champions. For Champions League, no, I don't know if I remember that goal.
Yeah, remember from out of the box, he light them.
Yeah. So if I really even go there, me even bother because Leverkusen now that could they need laugh. They wire for that side. They wire. So maybe go back for Syria. Honestly, maybe go back for Syria. He's still among the top 5. You know, get himself back into the flow. You see, at the year I don't go to Syria. He do wonders now so for Florentina. Wonderful team and also it's okay. Manchester United, you want to bring it back.
Yeah, Rooney say me they bring him back.
Yeah. When I go back today, you know, just get himself back into the groove of things. You know, get his names in the positive, back in the positive side of the drawing board. They can back, no problem for commodities, no sign of failure. It just means say you understand your limits, you know, and you want to work on the team. No problem. If you come up with it, you know.
Wow, boss.
Wish you well.
You don't
before you finish Mbomo
you don't think longer. You get 2 different body don't travel call. Boss, thank you. He said they do something to us. We get guys fast.
Yeah, I get guys for us.
Yeah, I will hope so someday. You know, contributing our phone. So you then always wish what they call state.
I do Washington State. No, so I don't know if I will discuss about back.
One day, Sammy will invite you for Dallas. No, we should do for studio here. Or if you get anything to do for your beg, let me know. So much schedule you much. Don't talk about beg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you very much. That man will talk that thing about this person. He call again back. I know say one should blast you, but we no answer. He call me.
True lion.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, boss.
Yes, sir. How are you?
No, doing good. We don't know if you're calling to participate in the show.
Yes, I was.
Ah, this is wonderful. Another lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so where should I start? I mean, there's so much you guys talked about.
If you start, you can start by blasting on Nana. You get and remember.
Oh yeah, I will.
You can speak
French.
You can speak French or English also, but
no, I'll go. No, I'll go with English.
Okay.
Right.
I'll go with English.
What do you think about Onana?
Speaking about Onana, you know what? I will say this. Back then in 2021, I used to be one of the person that I will defend him at all costs. The guy to me was great. He came with a great football and everything. But when the bad behavior started at Qatar, I'm sorry, I was like, I can't do that kind of, Remember that this guy was able to join the team because of Samuel Eto'o, and people were criticizing him. I see how today people are so hypocrite. The people that are clapping for him today are the one that we're fighting against. They're fighting him. You know what I mean? So today, I'm sorry, the fact that they're criticizing Cameroonian that are not with him, I feel like Onana brought it down to himself. He brought it down to himself. I mean, he let anything outside of the stadium affect his game because he's more concentrated to the things that doesn't help his game. He's more concentrated to things in Cameroon, for instance. Like he went and get involved in some fight and political and everything that does not help. Look, him, Burmo, Baliba, and Zambo, just to call on those 4 players. He's the one that had a very, very bad season. You know, but it's unfortunate because him himself, the people that are around him are not helping. They're making things worse for him. And I don't care how people want to put it. We all come from back home. We all come from Africa. The way you were raised, the way even whoever helped you to become who you are today, even you don't get along with that person, you should never go outside and blast that person because it's going to be a curse. It could be a curse. I don't care who the person is. And the fact that today people are encouraging him to continue down that path to fight Mr. Samuel Eto'o, they don't like him. They don't love him. They're just using him for their own personal gain.
True.
Do you understand? So today, when I hear some people say that, oh, well, you know, after Manchester United, I hear today Bernard Chutan in one of the TV in Cameroon, I think Kamdis saying that maybe, you know, Dortmund can buy him. Are you kidding me? So Dortmund is Solomon Shea. Huh? You know, why Dortmund? Who wants him in Europe right now? I'm so sorry. He's done. If he's not there with Manchester next season, it's over for him with Europe. It's done. Right now, he's a high risk. He's really, very high risk. It's not like they're not doubting his game, the way he played, but the problem is he comes with a lot of baggage. A lot of baggage. And people don't think that he may be in Manchester United. It doesn't mean that people in Manchester United doesn't follow him, whatever he does outside of Manchester United. They do follow. It's not because they don't speak French. Oh, today, look, in Google today, even in Facebook, when you want to read a message, you have the option to translate that in your language.
Yeah.
So they follow him, whatever he does. Yeah. Every time there's always scandal. Look at the other time he got caught with the car without insurance. I mean, who wants that kind of player?
Wow.
Nobody wants that. He's bad business. I'm sorry. He's bad business.
Boss, let's talk about Buemo, Baliba, and Anguissa. What do you think?
Bemo is, I mean, like you said, this year was the best year he ever had. I think the guy has not been giving his proper flowers, okay? They have not been giving me enough credit. I think that he's not even, you know, and he's under, how can I say that? He's under evaluated. I hope that he will get this one of those big, I don't want him to be Newcastle. No, not Newcastle. No, no. Or something like maybe in Liverpool, or why not Manchester United? Because I heard somebody that said that Manchester United destroy talent or career. No, I don't believe that. The problem with Manchester United today, they may have had a goalkeeper like Onana that take a lot of goals, but what they've been lacking is having strikers that score a lot, just like Mbappe, for instance. Look at Mbappe. It doesn't matter how much goals the goalkeeper takes, but the fact that he scores so much, it covers up. It compensates. So Burmo is like he showed that he is that kind of striker that at least one out of 2 games he will mark at least once. At least he will score one goal. So I would be glad to hear that he goes to Manchester. Or I mean, as long as he stays in English league, I'm good with it. But Newcastle is too small for me. So he's great. It's also fortunate that in Cameroon, they do not talk a lot about him. They've been focusing on somebody that I'm sure that when not valuing his stock market is low.
Yeah. Very
low. So Mbomo, kudos to him. I mean, look at that. For the first time, you have a Cameroonian in the English league. Which one? The first league where he's been nominated as like the best player in the entire league. I mean, that's something to celebrate.
Wow.
It is something to celebrate. And we're not doing it enough. Look at the minister went ahead and have posts and messages to clap for Onana. But since that boy has been nominated and all this was getting from Europe, our Minister of Sport has not been giving him his flowers. How come? How do you explain that? And you guys are still expecting him to come to the national team and score for you. Why? He will feel like, well, I'm not valued enough even back home.
Yeah.
So I hope that he get that best club, and I hope that when he comes back and we go to the AFCON. Why not Liverpool, Manchester? As long as he stayed in that league, that's good. But not Newcastle. Newcastle is out of the picture. Zambo Anguissa. I heard how one of your guests, I think the one on the middle, say how Zambo Anguissa has not been having the right player to play with. You know, you were never gonna have the level of the game, or you're never gonna have. No matter the player in the club is not always the same one in the national team. You have to be honest about that, okay? But now you have to learn how to adapt. Now, Zambo Anguissa, like you guys just said, that the coach that came right now, the way he has been using, he transformed him, right? So coming to Cameroon, the problem with Cameroon when Song was there, let's be honest, those guys like Zambo or Onana or Choupo-Moting, they did not give any respect to Song. They were looking at him like a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's call a spade a spade. The way they were playing, they were just playing like, we don't care.
Yeah.
He was not putting efforts. But the moment, like someone said that the competition, the moment Baliba joined the team, look the game of Zambo Anguissa, he changed because all of a sudden he's not any longer the king of the middle field. All of a sudden, there's this young boy that comes and make everybody just chanting his name. His ego a little bit got touched. So all of a sudden he start playing, he start saying, okay, but somebody said that, for example, it's not that we saw how Baliba plays. Say, but wow, still though, Baliba needs Zambo Anguissa. He can do it alone. He needs him. You understand? And it's a good thing. It's a good pairing. I wish we had it at the AFCON. I'm sure we would have done wonders.
AFCON, we were missing so many players in AFCON.
Oh my God, we were. And I think that Zambo has this lion inside of him. And Sombana saw that. It's just that Zambo was not in himself giving enough credit. He didn't believe in his own self. And like I said, he wasn't taking so serious. Look at the match Cameroon-Gambia. In the AFCON, look at the way he played. And then he was having the captain, what's it called? The Amba, exactly. So the way he played, he put everything out there. Because he was like, because the way they told us what happened in the Dale Bestia, you know, they said that how he talked to the guy, say, and at the deuxième mi-temps, he told them, guys, please, for me, please, let's play. And they played. So you see how if those guys want it, they can. So the excuse they say that Zambo doesn't have the one, and that's a dumb excuse. I'm sorry. It's about willingness. You want it, you can do it. So great season for him. He should be celebrated, you know, because again, him to get involved a little bit of that political fight in Cameroon, but as soon as he realized that he's being used, he pulled himself out. Look at how Cameroonians supported him. So what Cameroonians did not come down on him hardly the way they did on Onana. You see how when the whole country is behind you, all good things will come out. Even if you don't win, at least we will see that you gave it all. So coming to Baliba, he's a future. I love the guy. A lot of energy, you know, because he's young. But my problem with him, he's overusing his energy. The road is still very long, okay? He has a long way to go. He needs to learn how to control energy and be more tactical, like be more technical than, you know, running. By the time he reaches 70 minutes, he's already done. He's done. So he needs to learn how to control it. I'm happy of all those trophies he's been winning along. Good thing, but hopefully this Onana thing, he should not let it get his head because his behavior as a national team has started changing a little bit. The way they're talking about it, like he started getting a little bit arrogant, which he wasn't before. So I hope he will not be affected by that, because if he does, we all know how it's going to come. It's going to be, the end will be very, very ugly. He will not last. If you're not careful, he will have a very short career. You may be talented, but if you don't know how to manage your talent, you will burn very quick. So far, that's all I would say about our players. I'm happy the season that we did. Hopefully, by the time the season starts, we're going to hear good news for all those players, you know. But Zambo Anguissa, I believe that Napoli may keep him. Maybe they extend his contract. I think so. You know, yeah, just great things now. We shall see what happens.
Wow, boss, thank you very much. I'm definitely going to keep your number also. And from time to time, we hope someday you can join us also remotely, or if you be in the studio, it will be fun.
Well, thank you.
What's your name again?
Kiki, I think.
Oh, my name is Kiki.
Kiki.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Kiki.
No,
thank you to participate.
Thank you very much. Let me answer Nayusabi. Nayusabi say, show me where Onana blast it to. Something then they would take them for granted. I talk the one I really serious, name that was joke with the joke. We say it too, if papa die. The papa where the boy care about him. You Onana, you know very well the relationship we get out with the papa. However, at that specific time, when I decide to go bring McBreeze not only enter for Cameroon, she don't quiet, he start insult it too. That particular day with that boy, the bury papa, all man the crowd, even people that they don't like it, they cry with you. The only thing we choose for do, now for congratulate the coach you don't bring him, and we don't see how the coach don't come, the insulty, the disrespecty. It shows a lot. If you feel say that not be enough as insult, as disrespect, as blast, now you know when I continue for the support team, now that they go down the drain. By the way, True Lion will call. We'll take True Lion in the call and then we'll see what I will start around up. We'll get all that thing up. We'll go for talk and bit. I don't know.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Baba.
Hey, Toride.
Yeah, you get 10 seconds, I beg.
Yeah, I don't come again. You know, communication is not easy. Some people don't comprehend or understand what others say. I mean, the girl who came over there, I don't know what her name is. She was saying that she made a comment about it to Onana, about the leadership. What I was talking about is that Onana is now receiving all the heat when it comes to Cameroon national team, and everybody has forgotten about Zambo Anguissa, because during the World Cup, Zambo Anguissa is one of those players Cameroonians were very, very angry against. Okay, and we know what transpired. There were many videos about his relationship with Eto'o and all that. But Onana now is in the position where he is the one receiving all that heat, because he is a true leader and he can stand the heat. He can take the heat for his team. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I said he is. You can agree. No. Listen. Guys, be respectful. Okay, you can disagree with me.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's my opinion. That's how I read it. That's how I see it, because of his strong character. That's how Onana is. And in a national team, you need that type of person that will take heat for the others. Now, talking about Zambo Anguissa, there's something you guys need to understand when it comes to football, right?
Yes.
Zambo Anguissa makes $60,000 US dollars a week. That's half what Onana makes for Manchester United. Now, when you look at Mbeumo, he is in a small market for Brentford. Brentford is not a team as big as Manchester United. Followers, fans, and all that. So where the season Mbeumo has had now will give him an opportunity to go to whatever team so that he can make more money. Of course, at age 24, 25, you have to choose wisely. But if Manchester United comes knocking, he's gonna go there. The last caller that you had, I liked her sense. She talked something very important about the kid, Baleba, his use of energy. Remember when I called the first time, I said he has to choose wisely where he goes to, because he still has a lot to learn. He has to learn how to release the ball quickly, more fast, because he tends to keep the ball a lot. And when opposing players start to be, realizing that about you, they will swamp you when you're on the ball, because they know that you will not release the ball. So he's spending more energy. If he goes now to a team where they will teach him again how to grow, how to release the ball quickly, then he will become very, very little. I think his best position is a box to box. If that guy plays box to box for Cameroon together with Anguissa, you're gonna see Baleba explode. But now, who can play holding midfielder for Cameroon?
Boris
That's the key. Well,
Yeah.
Boris, well,
Yeah,
we have to.
Abuam will go for the last topic. We already do 1 hour 30 minutes. If we do 30 minutes again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Abuam will go for the last topic when the list way Mr. Brice Jokomo will put out and the players. I want to ask you this before you drop. I really feel like Boris Enoh get a place for that middle field with Baleba and then Zambo Anguissa for their front. What do you think?
Yeah, you guys made a very important point, right, earlier. concerning the chemistry in the midfield. You know, the more you play together, the more you become used to each other. I was happy to see that some key players were not called in this list, right? Because these guys are going out to play 2 games in Morocco, so they'll have an opportunity to showcase their skills. Holding midfielder is something that is very, very important. We need an intelligent person. It's about decision making, right? Releasing the ball as quickly as possible and feeding those ahead of you, and then defending your back line. Boris said, no, I've not seen him that much. I tried to watch him with DC United. I know he's a guy who has an eye for goal. So he's more of a, for me, in my opinion, I think he's a more, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's a more box to box. He wants to be more offensive. So we're going to have an opportunity to see him play in this tournament. I hope he actually plays all the 2 games. I'll have more opportunity to actually see him play.
By the way, you don't see the list of players that Coach Colin?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
What is your take?
I think the guy you have been calling a lot is not there. I don't know what's wrong with him. Chemalon, right?
Yes, Chemalon is not there. The other guy, I think, Ateba. And they played the Champions League final.
They lost.
Yeah, Chemalon is not there. So I don't really know what to make about that. I will just wait and see the team play, and then I can actually conclude. Because sometimes they say, you know, they look poster talk film, right? Mm-hmm. All these names we are calling and all that, we have to see how they fit into that team. That's very, very important, because it's not today. When we talk about a guy like Anguissa, it's not today that Anguissa has been playing good. This is the second time of him winning Calcio. So it's not today that Anguissa has been good. But we saw how he was still struggling in the national team. Even Buemo, it's not today that Buemo started playing for Cameroon. But in the past, we saw how they struggled. So we see them in a team together and really see if they are good enough.
I like what you talk about the name look poster talk film. But now you tell me they make a 2 president, you don't listen to how we go film. Anyhow, you'll come back again. You'll come back again. You'll come back again.
Toride, but no misquote me. I talk say that because government no go work in, government no go help them. That's what I said. So okay. No misquote me. I said that because I know the government no go help.
Okay, I like what I'm up to.
Okay, bro.
True Lion.
Okay, bro.
Thank you for your input.
Yeah, for those that are watching, a True Lion just come over talk. Another very passionate person for community when it comes to, and I like what we're doing. Actually, gather. You realize it's small. It just been amongst we like in our football and really be interested in talking football and but Sammy,
yes, sir.
That lineup, the people that they call for that friendly, which you think?
Yeah.
By the way, we'll start with the friendly itself, right? At one point in time, the coach wanted France and Belgium. How it do end? Make Innocent go first. How it do end for the thing that with Congo and with?
No, it's Uganda and Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah, how it end for them?
So the coach wanted to play Belgium and France, you know, and then Belgium and France are already engaged in the Nations League.
Yeah.
Their World Cup or European qualifiers. So now they are not available in this window. Understand? Because they have that Nation League that they need to play. And then now the federation was looking for another alternative. And then they had this invitation from Morocco for this open window, and then they gladly accepted it. And for these 2 friendlies in that in this FIFA window. So yeah, even though Magris wanted France and Belgium, they were not available for the situation, fund an alternative. And then I mean, he's using the opportunity and to test some new player and all of that, so which is good.
So Sammy, we all feel like that's what he's trying to do, because if you look at who he left out of the list, you feel like, okay, I'll be sure about Zambo, I'll be sure about Baliba, I'll be sure about Onana, I'll be sure about who again. But then, okay, means you don't start doubt Aboubakar and Faye, we don't know what will happen. What do you think about the list?
Ce que je pense, c'est... Je vais parler sur votre ligne parce que je pense qu'en tant que quelqu'un qui connaît un peu ce que c'est que le ballon, il y a beaucoup d'erreurs. Parce que nous sommes en train de préparer une Coupe d'Afrique. Et dans cette Coupe d'Afrique, nous avons des leaders où on va prendre, il y a des leaders, il y a ceux qui vont partir de l'équipe nationale, il y a ceux qui vont rester, et on veut ajouter des jeunes qui vont les accompagner. Je pense qu'on a quelqu'un comme Baleba, Mbeumo, Zambo, Tchatchoua. Je pense, voilà les gars qui vont rester. Je pense que c'est ceux qui vont encore rester, qui seront encore comme les leaders d'ici demain. Maintenant, quand on a un match amical comme celui-ci, c'est pour tester les joueurs, parce que nous sommes en train d'aller en Coupe d'Afrique. Nous ne sommes pas en train d'aller en championnat. C'est pour tester les joueurs qui vont compléter les leaders qui sont déjà là, ceux qui sont déjà là, les titulaires, comme on dit souvent. Parce que si demain, et imaginons que Baleba se blesse, il est le 6, qui va le remplacer. Est-ce qu'on est sûr que Baleba est celui qui va venir peut-être remplacer Boris et non vont se compléter? Est-ce qu'on est sûr qu'ils vont jouer de la même façon? Ce match devait permettre aux joueurs titulaires de s'accorder avec ceux qui sont en train de venir nouvellement. C'est ce que je pense. Et je pense que le coach a un problème d'intensité des joueurs. Il ne connaît pas encore les joueurs de l'équipe nationale. Il ne connaît pas ces joueurs. Parce qu'il connaissait vraiment ces joueurs, je ne sais pas pourquoi tu vas faire venir Castelletto, qui est défenseur central, et laisser peut-être, puisque depuis qu'il joue, il ne joue pas avec Castelletto et Rome. Il fallait que ces deux, il a fallu jouer pour voir au moins
ils sont complémentaires.
Comment est-ce qu'ils vont se complémenter. Et peut-être remettre un autre, par exemple, comme Yongwa qui est venu. Est-ce que Yongwa s'entend avec Wo de l'autre à gauche? Est-ce que Tchatchoua peut s'entendre avec Boris et non devant lui? Est-ce que Yongwa va s'entendre avec peut-être Baleba devant lui? C'est un peu ce que j'avais besoin de voir. On avait besoin de voir. On a besoin de voir peut-être, est-ce que Baleba, Boris et non, Zamboangi sont au milieu de terrain, Mbemo et on peut prendre qui à gauche?
Fry Collins. Fry Collins.
Non, on l'a pas appelé. Ça, on l'a pas appelé. Laissez Fry reposer.
So, on veut voir si, par exemple, on prend un autre ailier gauche, puisque je sais que Mbemo joue, comme il est gaucher, joue à droite. Est-ce qu'avec Aboubakar Vincent, parce que vous savez déjà que même quand Zambo a le ballon, il cherche Aboubakar Vincent, il ne voit pas. Aboubakar Vincent veut que le ballon, comme il est déjà vieux, il ne peut plus courir, il veut que le ballon vienne que dans ses petits marques. Et on a besoin des gars qui peuvent tourner, faire tourner la place. C'est pour ça que j'ai dit, on a eu malchance de ne pas appeler l'autre qui joue en Afrique, là, qui est en train de jouer la Champions League maintenant.
Chemalon.
Ateba
aussi.
Oui, il y a un comme Chemalon. Au lieu d'appeler deux gars blessés, quelqu'un comme Fry Collins qui ne joue pas, Aboubakar Vincent qui ne joue pas, pourquoi ne pas appeler Ateba? Pourquoi?
Bon,
Pourquoi
maintenant, tu sais qu'Aboubakar ne joue pas. Il faut qu'on trouve les compétitions, les matchs comme ça là, pour le garder en forme.
Innocent, I wanted to ask you,
pourquoi ne pas appeler Ateba pour compléter? Parce que Aboubakar, je ne suis pas sûr qu'Aboubakar peut encore jouer 90 minutes. Il faut quelqu'un que si Aboubakar joue, il peut même jouer et Aboubakar vient jouer les 20 dernières minutes. Et regardons en 2017 la manière qu'on a utilisé Aboubakar. Voilà, les coachs qui ont la vision ne peuvent pas utiliser Aboubakar pour 90 minutes. Ça, c'est clair.
To be honest with you, it's ridiculous how in 2017 he was coming in, not because he was young. You understand? This guy was there in 2010.
Yeah, starting in 2010.
Starting in 2010. In 2017, he was coming in, meaning, okay, we did not even have some super players. But guess what? In 2025, we are still thinking that...
were playing in front of him, and then Jiktambe.
Yeah.
And Fabrice Olinga and Fabrice Ondua. Why they didn't call him?
No, that's where I'm going. I wanted to ask Innocent. They are making this whole list now look like, okay, we're just calling players that we want to test, we want to try, and things like that. But then you leave out people like the Ballon d'Or winner. You leave out the goalkeeper that also won the Golden Globes. You leave out Che Malone and all of these guys. Yeah, it's true that they call some local guys. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call, I think, 2 or 3 local guys. What is happening with calling some people, leaving Ondua out and calling, like, what is happening?
But first and foremost, it's the coach's choice to call whosoever he wants. and he's responsible and accountable for that and for the result that will come out of it. But now we cannot left out what you guys have been saying about this. I believe that the player they left out, I believe this is my own understanding of the situation, that maybe they have a very long season, all right, and they want to give them extra rest and keep them for the maybe the upcoming World Cup qualifier, which is more important for us right now than these friendlies. And then I believe he want to use these 2 games to like see this new player and see if he can have another second team apart from the first team he has, because so in case of like Sammy was saying, someone get injured and all of that. But I also give this point to Sammy, because you say, yeah, whenever you're trying to bring some new blood in, you have to make them play around the titular you want them to be in the field. So now he left his old titular around to rest them. I believe so. It's maybe to rest them. And then he brought some new people in. And then now you say you pointed something right. You know, if you look at the list of discourse, it's been coherent, bro. Since the day he came in, any player that is you have this kind of relationship with the federation, he doesn't want you. Everyone, how you call it, the Ballon d'Or guy. He's the Ballon d'Or from the federation. He doesn't want him. He doesn't want to show that guy, even though he's having a wonderful season with Coton Sport de Garoua, even though they didn't win the league. Colombe Dujia Ilobo won the league. And then you see L4 just won the league. The goalkeeper who has the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
He just won the Cameroonian league. So they could have called him for that. I believe just to say, you've put in the work.
You won the thing last year, and this year
you won the cup and the Super Cup, and this year you won the league, the MTN Elite One. So Colombe Dujia Ilobo won it. So he could have done it, but like I said, man, it's the coach. He has his own choices to make. But now we can now talk about the list and say that he's calling Ganago. Ganago is playing the MLS, no goals so far.
No goals so far.
Choupo-Moting is playing in the same MLS. 11 games, 7 goals.
And 5 assists.
And then if you want, and then we know the role of Choupo-Moting in that team. You know, it can be a player that you can put it to play like half 10. That will lose again. That's Zamboanguissa to go up and down and do that box-to-box work that he likes to do. And then Choupo-Moting can hold the ball, control it, and then give that last pass either to, if you want, Abubakar or whosoever they put in front of them. So there are a lot of things we can say about the list, but let's just say that the man is being coherent. Some people will say that because he opened something over there to be selling the seat and all of that and make all people, but I don't believe in that. I don't want to say it. So let's say he want to show this, he want to see these people playing, and then out of those 2 games, maybe we'll bring 1 or 3 or 4 players into his former squad, hopefully. And then True Lion, the league is not yet finished. We're remaining like 5 days, but Colombe Dujia Ilobo is already champion. So they were crowned like 2 days ago after their win against I think it was Canon. Against Canon.
So 5 days to go.
Yeah, 5 more days.
And they're champions already. It means they are ahead with like 15
points. Exactly.
15 points,
and by the way, Colombe Dujia Ilobo, the champions.
Let me put this thing before you finish. You see, Colombe Dujia Ilobo, nobody is talking that they are cheating.
That's what I was going to say.
You understand? But when Opopo won, everybody was out. No,
especially Anglophones. Let me be specific.
He was doing that, bro. Let's give credibility to this player. They are trying hard. They are trying their best to bring this league to another level. So we give this special shout out to Colombe Dujia Ilobo. And then we tell Opopo, bro, fight to come back. We want to see you champion again because we like people who dares like you.
Yeah, I was actually going to emphasize that part about Opopo. When Opopo win their game, I don't care whatever you guys think. Have you noticed nowadays in the championship, almost every team is complaining. Coton is complaining that they're cheating them. PWD come and complaining that they're cheating them. Young Sport is complaining. Almost everybody is complaining. So at the end of the day, who is cheating who?
Who is cheating who?
Who is cheating who?
Yep.
These guys won their championship because they had a good team. They were prepared and everything. And so, for some reason, some group of persons, because the president was friends with Eto'o, they just decided to ruin their happiness, which is not a fair thing to do. It's not even a good thing to do. some person they call me, I try to call it back. Most yeah, a contribution on.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you know, Cameroonian, a good Cameroonian should be bipolar. They are bipolar by essence.
Hello, Baba.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes for talk about Ali Sabek.
Okay, yes. That leads this to another in my head there, honestly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I know most of the people, like so most of the guys they just finished their league on Sunday. It'd be logical, say they don't call them, right? At least maybe they get rest and all that. But some of maybe the Chairman Longo done the clam or maybe they call it. I think maybe as he just come back for injury, they not be maybe now why they not call it. But again, they call some guy Ivan something where they injured. So I don't understand why they make all that this in there. It's like maybe coach not they in sync with the players' their physical conditions or their health condition at the moment because I don't understand how the coppers way they injured. But yeah, friendly match against Uganda and Equatorial Guinea, even though I would prefer make Cameroon get better friendly games for the window. Coach, I don't know, because we won France, Belgium, but it not be possible because of the Euro Nations League and other things, you know. But I don't know, maybe if we find some other powerhouses for Africa for try for push things with them. But at least that's what we have available at the moment, the Uganda and the Equatorial Guinea. So we'll go for it. You don't call a few home-based players, but me looking at the league from my own level, people like them for Idris, we innocent talk about for Idris don't win, even Golden Gloves even before Colombia can win league. He still get the best record for saves and clean sheet for Cameroon League. Give it a chance because all those three players, those three groups we call them, if we look forward, a passing not supposed to be for Cameroon League again. If honestly we look forward, a passing not supposed to be bring them for Idris. We just get that environment of I've been called to senior squad, you know. Yeah, no, I'm looking now not even based on performance. I'm looking now based on the age too. A party should not be part of the squad. Almost so that he's been in Congo for God knows how long. I know he was good when he was back home. He's been in Congo for a while doing his own. He's not bad, but at least even though we say we should not call a player because we want to promote our league, but at least for this has done some good things for the last 2-3 seasons, which I think he deserves to call at least one call up to the senior Lions, to the senior squad, and then Ondua. Someone mentioned that is an issue about camps. I think to an extent, I would say it's a point. It makes sense because I don't see why they're calling Ganago. We should instead of calling Ganago, we should call 2 more strikers from the Cameroon League. What is the reason for calling Ganago? I've watched 1 or 2 games he's played for. Is it New England Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like he's not scoring because he has a good hold-up play. Even the hold-up play is not as good. So we cannot. There's some coaches that will say, okay, I don't call this guy because even though he's not scoring, he's making the other attackers better. But he's not doing it. Yeah, he's not doing that. So I don't know why Ganago is still making the list. So, but they called up some new players. Eno Boris is back. To me, if I had to say Cameroon, I won't start Eno Boris, but Eno Boris should be that player that always makes Cameroon 22 or 23 man squad because I think he's better than most of the other guys who've been getting the call-ups. Like I mentioned, the last international break where Anguissa and Nehu were injured. I was saying that Eno, the question we should be asking is if Eno is going to start, not if Eno is going to get a call-up. When we have 3 or 4 midfielders absent, Eno should be part of the team. If he's not a starter, he should be part of that team. So the more he plays, give him the time. He's been playing well at East United, not exceptional, but he's been playing well because we've been getting players who've been called up when they're not even starters. And now we see that we've left back some of the regulars or the titulaires. Why are we calling Abu again? Abu should rest a little bit. If we know Abu is our most prolific striker, we should rest him like we're resting the other guys. Namaso is good. He just got his first or 2 second call-ups. Now it's good for him to call him to get more accustomed and adapted to the team. Yeah, but Abu should rest. Age is not on his side. And yeah, technically he's still our most prolific striker. Put him to rest. Give chance to the other young guys because right now today, the way Cameroon is playing, if Abu gets injured, we don't know who's going to be the next striker. Ubanya has been in the hospital for God knows how long, so we don't even know if he's going to come back. Yeah. It's going to be the same. The other guy is Magri. Magri, at least Magri picked at some point during the season, so maybe he's a positive note for Cameroon. But that striking option, Atiba has been not the best, but he's not been doing bad at Simba. The guy, I think you call up the guy who is the top scorer of the Cameroon League, who plays for, I think, Star Rena or whatever. It's a good indication. But when you call those guys, please give them a chance. They play in Uganda, they play in Equatorial Guinea. Give them the chance to at least. I thought maybe you could make 2 different selections. Since we're getting close now to another international break, or maybe we have some friendly games to play again before we meet Cape Verde, because with Cameroon, the players, those titulares, those starters like Baleba and the rest, they need to be match prepared before we meet before Cameroon meets Cape Verde and the rest. So that's how I look at it. I mean, if it's possible for the federation in collaboration with the ministry, because it's like when the federation says this, the ministry says this. When the ministry says this, the federation says this. So they're not in sync. If they can be in sync and we get 1 or 2 more preparatory games before Cape Verde, I think it's going to work. It's going to help Cameroon.
Thank you, Baba.
Baba, thank you.
So I think
Thank you.
that's all I have for now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
We'll take the other caller. Hello, Baba.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, we'll start with that list. How you see him?
Yeah, that list don't just not just reflection again, say what football, we just joke with what football. We don't define ourselves lucky from winning. Yeah, but wait to be the long-term project. Yeah. We still come back forget I deal with Simon. We definitely always call Simon because Simon na follow up. Yeah, you know this, you don't always get this sinful relay for football. Under 23s get to can take over. So I deal with Simon. You get this Omosola and Davis. I don't know which way they still can do again for Lions, honestly, to be honest. You just do like some people do it, they don't write their name there for some corner way when they just call Lions, they'll call them. It's an insult to our football. If you say they do na federation because of camps, but would they hurt ourselves? You know, we keep calling a goalkeeper for Congo while Cameroonian best goalkeeper not there for the list. So I don't know me. The palaver camps don't spoil our football. So reason it not there again. Yeah. So the camps thing, as I talk, you get even defenders. Yeah. Now a tournaments are like this. If mostly now on internet don't come, yeah. You don't always get people the way they replace such tournaments because I forget your chances. Yeah, I forget your chances. Back then you get tournaments like LG Cup, you get some of that friendlies, and so we use now people the way they don't get chance for play for team A who can prove themselves. Yeah. So looking again, me I don't know me to reach out to if you can do rather than so palava camp, but it's a pity. I picking in this way they don't grow through under 20, go through under 23. Now titular for Montpellier, even though Montpellier dropped, but he play top flight football and a first choice player. He needs a call up. You know, when you don't do this thing, then so you begin to not can get the call up. Tomorrow you want to call them back. You need a very strong mentality. And whether you find some player no ever feel integrate again for Lions. Yeah. Secondly, I don't even know me how we person the coach Cameroon never ever meet DTN. So would the fool ourselves. If we go Morocco, someone the thing say they do win by luck, na lie. Would the fool ourselves. They need to win so. No, that means all victory them for football they prepare them. They prepare them. If the man would work with DTN, we know so get a roadmap. The last generation for under 23 way, I watch them play Gabon. They eliminate we on penalties for Yaoundé. You get a Simon, you get Chateau, you get this Etienne Eto, you get the Carl Ayon. The other day I watch Villarreal game, now that picking come in from reserve team, can score. That kind of thing, and a joy we get to bring in that picking. They don't now why man don't transform that picking to attacker. That picking play from my front like midfielder, excellent midfielder. They don't transform that picking like attacker. So now the time this will use the picking. When I wait for call that picking and win. That way you don't get break. You go don't psychologically the boys and footballers them. Footballers them. Just have a look. The about thing Mosimama give you some revelation. Cameroon, Zimbabwe, and she don't go VIP. I see two big people the way you know. No need for call your name. Abubakar score. You know where they talk. On va voir ce qui va dire encore. You know to I tell them. Me and them is so vocal. I tell them say when Abubakar finish broke the one, may go take 4 Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
You understand? May go Mallorca go break record. May go take 3 Champions League. And that's what they push it. Person go hate Abubakar will not be eating. Yes. Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
If Abubakar broke the record today, tomorrow we want to mean an Amaso breaker. Now Cameroon the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Cameroon the win. They wake up, stir up some fights in way you need to even understand. How would you organize Ballon d'Or today again? The best will not be selected. Yeah, the highest goal scorer, they picking for Gazelle. Well deserved. Batumi graph we don't drop. Now everyone know how I find himself for list. So would it go up and down? If they be say they bring Breeze, take national team for Etofis for make things better, they would see dance. Then I see blame game to go on the afternoon. You convocate the Bango, who you know say the Bango they injured. So would the fool? So I don't know me. I'm joking on one thing for talk. We will not be winning. Don't forget ourselves for winning the team them. The FCA Breeze get 5 or this thing. Any correct competition like AFCON, more forget. We will not be winning for Morocco. Victories they be prepared. I go repeat the thing and I go talk. I need to wish make my own loss. All man the pray make my own win. But we get to start from the base. Now an insult to art football. But they picking the way they call them. So it shows a coach they even watch La Liga. Because on one, I remember here where Olinga be score from reserve team. Immediately next selection, the Cape Verde they call Olinga. And Olinga play alongside with Eto'o. And Olinga score. Now so Olinga take and enter Cameroon national team. But if you stand Carl Eyong, you stand Abubakar. I go take Carl any day, anytime. Did a palava record? I don't talk say no problem. But man no fall for fee. Yeah, me man no fall for fee.
But
Yes. Honestly.
We're over 2 hours already. I want to ask you about make a really fast abeg. Baleba, Buemo and Anguissa, their season and their future.
Yeah. I think especially for Bemo, I think I'll be very happy. I think it's exceptional because since time man they grow or when the French boy they explain you Premier League, you the feast of the Premier League way, you the look am. Yes. Yeah. I remember on the way in San Jacques, Alex Song we don't talk say we get 10 decisive pass for Premier League, no be chocolate. They will get somehow we don't give how many assists. He don't score 20 goals. I'm saying Bemo now a player of the year. Wow. Trust me. Yeah, trust me. Then as for Baleba, a progression, as I talk, as something that way, a lot of agents and parents they get to study, push the other picking them. Because I don't talk for your forum here, say Baleba wasn't the best in this generation. But if Papa na CAF license A trainer. And are one of the best preparative physique them for Cameroon. That the secret in that for Baleba, maybe people don't know. That the secret in that for Baleba. Baleba, Papa be the training so they be say it's too much for the pitching. But now the fruits and this. Baleba get I think 3 players of the month for Brighton. Either among the young revelation then for English League the year. So you see progress. And guess what? I don't get some chat to some person for a media team. It tell me say Baleba sit there for 45%. So imagine say Baleba there for 45% would get this. Just guess the day Baleba go there for 70% for a big club. And then each of those under 60,000. Exactly. So at the talk say would you see crime? So I think now a +2 for Cameroon football say we to feel gratis will get people they live for a flag high. Then as for Zambo, maybe Zambo the stones they would overthrow for Zambo don't be the level where we blind. Trust me, Mosima, take your time, look Lions, the 3 last games. Zambo don't put in a lot as a midfielder.
Thank you.
For Cameroon national team. Yes. Zambo don't put enough. Zambo don't do enough. Zambo don't be that leader. Even game where I stand for back, this thing, I watch Zambo. Zambo they help others as a leader. Like the thing that will be needed from Zambo. So Zambo don't be that leader who need them. So we need this Serie A again. It's a plus. Yeah, it's a plus. And if we turn to do a perfect partnership for midfield with McTominay and others, and I think that we don't give Napoli glory. So I think that's really good, and they don't get a good season where we will like me to do more. Person like Bemo, you need to reflect sporting wise too, getting into a new project. So made a new project. If you go for a better side way, you know, go get only Yisa, you go get other quality players. If you get even 25 goals for next year, or why not even strive for the highest goal scorer for league? Everything is possible. If for Brentford you will score 20, why not in a better team?
Yeah.
If it office they will score how many for Mallorca, so they threaten for be highest goal scorer. Now why that way can be a highest goal scorer for Barcelona? So Bemo fit do better. And even with Lions, you know, say Bemo again I one day them. He never really impose himself like a leader. So now the thing that will recount on. So Baleba na small picking leader, but Bemo and Gisa they get to lead the team. Yeah, they get to definitely lead the team for a better future. So at least for once, we to those we cup see we'll see like 4 Cameroonians or 3 Cameroonians play Champions League, which has been over 20 years. We'll get that kind of scenario. So now a win for Cameroonian football.
Boss, thank you very much, man.
Okay.
By the way, for every
We want to add small thing on the listing. You remember now we are not even understanding where the list is going and all of that. We are choosing this and that. And I keep saying this and crying. When Rigobertson had this team, everybody saw exactly what he was drawing. The picture was drawing. He was bringing in this young player to build the team for the future.
Sure.
And then now, like someone said, you can't be having a contract in 2 years, bringing players, No, you never work. Like you said, victories are prepared. Victory of tomorrows are prepared today. So Rigobertson was keeping those young players we're talking about. You were talking about Chato. You were talking about Dalen Yongwa. You were talking about Ben Elliott. You were talking about even the Jackson Chacho, the Chamadu. All these young players that he was putting in the national team, nurturing them. It was for the future, giving them that experience. But now we have I don't know, we have a Pep McBrice Peter.
I think
that knows it all. I mean,
I think the thing with Mark Brice, which is the thing with Mark Brice is they brought Mark Brice in with the mindset that you can't have a disrupt a tool.
Exactly.
I would give you 2 years and one way you win something. So that way it would be like we brought this guy in and we actually won something. Now the thing and now the way sometimes I feel like when I play the devil's advocate for a tool, tell me they don't win no Nations Cup. Because if they win Nations Cup, will be so we bring Mark Brice and despite the whatever crazy thing we do, we still win Nations Cup. It will give them more room for one continue do what they do. Me, if one me Mark Brice come out, it will get another 4 years. We go do it if you do for we will win. It will for me the most important thing first of all now for even organize. Like it up. If you look at what Song was doing, they do 2 things. Number one,
because you remember we are talking about this local player. Remember the friendly game we played with Jamaica? You know who represented the Cameroonian team? It was local players. No international indomitable played that game. It was people from the league of Cameroon, of the MTN Elite One. He made a team out of local players and we play 1-1 against Jamaica in Yaoundé, if you remember. And that's how you are building this culture of meritocracy into the play, into merit. Because those who played against Jamaica should send a message out to other players in the local league that man, you can do this. If you put in the work, we're going to call you up. And that's something I thought people were saying that Rigobertson, yes, Rigobertson cannot speak French. I agreed with you on that. But Rigobertson has a strategy that when you look as a good footballer fan or who knows a little bit about football, you understand why he was going somewhere. The project was really good. But because of money and all those interests and all of that, because the tap was not leaking anymore, they had to kick him out, disrupt everything they were trying to build. I mean, imagine the team we had in Cote d'Ivoire playing together. By now, they would have been so magnificent. Like they know each other. The chemistry that remember the generation 20.
Baliba now and
remember the generation 2000 and 2002. They started after the World Cup of 1998, building that team.
Yeah.
They played together. So every Cameroonian knew by that time the 11 player that were going to be on the field.
And the replacement.
And the replacement. Every Cameroonian, because they know how they build that team. And when they started winning in 2002, they unstoppable until 2004.
And it was easy for us to see that, it was easy for us to see that national team, Gita, Eto, Mboma, Tame Maye, even their age was almost the same age. So it was easy for them to leave the national team and then they say Olympic, they can go play Olympic. They say Confederations Cup, they can go play Confederations Cup. Rigobertson was actually building something really beautiful for us. We decided to just ruin it and we have delayed our progression for another 4 years. Number one, I don't always talk for you, say the easiest way for develop football for country now for give picking that dream, for make picking the dream. When you call what's his name, the guy for Victoria United, Nathan. The other time you call amateur them, they go play an international game. It told come for the second to say person has a place ici. And then they want really see on a make mistake, they put you for outside, they take some goalkeeper for Cotton, they put them. It makes every person when they play football for country start a dream. Be like, I'll tell you now, and I'll be honest. Tell me I be play my football. I mean, no me say national team name my thing. You know why? Because some people they don't put up their head say, oh, na a francophone thing, or if you name a francophone thing, if you not get person for national team,
for national team.
So me, I not be name a francophone. I not be get me person if you go pay my play, and so I not be even put on my head. But if we put in place a system where people know say all that is required, now say my work hard, I score goals for my team, or I play for middle field the way I play, or the way they want time, they'll call me. That's it. Look at the young guy that played the under-17 competition.
Yeah.
If you ask my opinion,
Mimba.
Yeah. If you ask my opinion, he is how old? 17, 16. He can go Nations Cup. Instead of go take with some man for Kaganistan or you know play not you long be cash you don't for bench or no. Bring with that picking away when they go see him. You can't tell their friend, they say, bro, I dream this will be real. Before you know it, it go. And then the other thing we go back some they do young kids, young talent. We go welcome, come back, Chupo Moti them. It can be them, they don't start come out. Abubakar already knows say be next. Now for the way cross, go join Onana. May they start fight. Bro, you don't do your time. You don't do your time. The same way they give you chance to play for 2010, where you know be there super guy more than plenty other people them. And the same way you allow me other people them play. We'll read comments more and then I think so we need for close.
Yeah.
Salome, my brother Elvis, he say for coach team where the fans don't always be used to with winning, no easy. Fans no get patient. No, I don't think say maybe even the Palaba fans no get patience. If we be allowed Rigobert song, and because the only problem we get with Rigobert song na ministry, you understand? That put pressure and all of that, and then I think at one point in time, it told Star Wars say, hey, if I finish one no win no nothing, now we will use and laugh me. So I find my way if you can impose and then win team them. If we believe Rigobert song go the way we go,
we'll have a wonderful team.
Possibility they say after the 3rd year. We for sure say we know if we play 3 Nations Cup, we will win 1. And then another thing if it don't happen as if we don't create that trajectory for player them. Because we see they go take young players, they take local players and all of that. If we don't build some mentality inside that picking the way, it will be explosive. But now with this mindset of Mark Breeze, where the
No.
call player they be injured,
You never even watch even one league game.
just
Just
but
watch
you call local players.
players based on what.
So and then at the same you talk the other day say your assistant they not be qualified. So now which assistant they now they give that player them. Now the other one the way they do for the other side, or now the one the way Fikafu give you. So it's just horrible. And until Cameroonians will realize and will come to a conclusion, say, hey, we get some person who don't give that responsibility when Samuel Eto'o. We don't give that responsibility for manage football for country. We will give 4 years. More allow we may do it work the way one. And the same way we will give probably 50 years. He didn't have no we allow we do the work. If you know work elections they come, we will step up with game.
We take him
We'll
out.
kick it out. We'll bring another person. That time also we will already establish the mentality. Say if you not producing results,
We will put you
we will
aside.
put you aside.
That's the point.
It's as easy as that. Instead for we to go back and forth. If it's possible, so if we win, if we go Morocco, so we win.
Mm-hmm.
But trust me,
You go hard.
it need to really help we. It need to really help you. One build a system where even when we need to win, it is help the country for provide jobs and provide so many. And for me, now the vision now it will get them. Winning will come, but we put in place a system where players that they touch their salary, players they know say okay if I play fine, they'll come for national team.
Yeah.
We'll get so many people that they invest time, their talents they will be developed by the picking them. Because trust me, if you go bring Ancelotti, make a coach of Pikin, if that Pikin not be willing for play, he not go play. But if Pikin not get Ancelotti like Roger Milla or like Eto'o, but he be willing to play because he don't see Roger Milla play. He dreams he want to be Roger Milla. He go play. That is what we are lacking right now. That is what we are lacking right now. Tell me one person beside Bemo, and we are not even talking about him. If Pikin want really dream now for Cameroon, say want play football, it is now who?
Now we go look. Now Baleba. And
More round up, Sammy Boston. What will be a conclusion for the segment today?
Oui, je voulais dire, avant qu'on ait fini, je voulais dire que la liste que nous voyons aujourd'hui, je pense que c'est le business. Parce que quand on regarde, le meilleur joueur de championnat camerounais est à Coton Sport. Il n'est pas dans la liste. Comme tu as dit, chez Malon, qui fait tout feu, tout flamme.
En Tanzanie.
En Tanzanie.
Simba.
Il n'est pas dans la liste. Mais on a pris un défenseur qui est blessé et qui est même sur le lit d'hôpital. Il y a un autre qui est encore blessé là. On a mis Namaso au milieu du terrain, donc c'est un attaquant. Donc vous voyez, ça prouve que ce monsieur ne connaît pas.
C'est Peter Mark-Brice. Qu'est-ce que vous ne comprenez pas? Il est fort, il est dans une
Il ne
autre dimension.
connaît pas
Qu'est-ce que vous ne comprenez
les joueurs. Il paraît qu'il y a quelqu'un derrière qui lui dit voici le joueur, voici le... Et je pense encore, je vais dire, je pense encore que tous les 3 locaux qui sont venus, c'est les agents. Ça, c'est les agents. Ça, c'est l'argent qu'on a pris. Ce n'est pas... Parce que s'il fallait prendre 3 locaux, la première des choses...
C'est le gardien.
Ça devait être le gardien
qui est champion du Cameroun.
De Colombe.
Champion du Cameroun.
Le gardien de Colombe, ça devait être le milieu de terrain qui a été l'un des meilleurs milieux du championnat camerounais. Et le ballon d'or camerounais. Parce que lui aussi, c'est un buteur de feu avec Coton Sport. Voilà les 3 joueurs qu'il fallait prendre dans le championnat camerounais. Bon, maintenant, quand on arrive en Europe, s'il faut compléter les joueurs, Yongwa, oui. Parce qu'on va dire, ils ont compris que les gens parlaient déjà trop de Yongwa. Ils veulent nous couvrir les yeux. Mais pourquoi, s'il faut jouer avec les nouveaux joueurs, pourquoi appeler Aboubakar Vincent? Pourquoi appeler Aboubakar Vincent?
Aboubakar n'a pas d'équipe actuellement.
Il n'a même pas de club. Il va venir faire quoi?
On veut qu'il soit actif. Oui,
c'est où je dis, je ne pense pas que les Camerounais soient même conscients de ce qui est en train d'arriver. Ce qui nous arrive aujourd'hui, c'est comme si on n'a jamais joué au ballon. C'est comme si on n'a jamais eu une équipe qui a remporté la Coupe d'Afrique. Je ne sais pas si les Camerounais qui sont en train de supporter notre Pep Guardiola sont conscients même de ce qui se passe. Parce qu'il faut que maintenant qu'on parle, ça c'est un coup de gueule que je vais donner aux Camerounais aujourd'hui, aux jeunes qui sont en train aux journalistes qui sont là aujourd'hui, qui supportent parce que leurs 50 000 par semaine, les 100 000 par semaine qu'ils avaient, il n'y a plus. Mais je pense que Ce qu'ils sont en train de vouloir nous montrer, je sais que ils veulent qu'on voie aussi jusqu'à quel niveau le ministre et son équipe vont arriver. Aujourd'hui, on paye les joueurs en cash. Il y a de cela depuis 2021 et toi demandé que tout l'argent des joueurs doit être viré dans les comptes. Ils n'avaient plus accès aux joueurs pour prendre les prix.
Pour taxer une partie.
Oui, les taxes sur la participation à l'équipe nationale. C'est ça le problème. Sur 23 joueurs, je pense qu'il n'y a que 4 joueurs qui n'ont pas payé là-bas. Dans cette équipe-là. Tous sont payés, c'est les ventes, c'est le business. Ça, c'est le business. Et aujourd'hui, on veut nous dire que si quelqu'un me dit qu'on est en train de vouloir changer l'équipe nationale pour aller en Coupe d'Afrique, on veut quel joueur? Parce qu'ils vont jouer avec qui? Ces nouveaux joueurs vont jouer avec qui? Qui sont les titulaires? Ils vont s'entendre avec qui? Avec qui est-ce qu'ils vont collaborer? C'est ça le problème.
Non, on va quand même corriger qu'on ne dit pas que c'est le business. Bon, c'est son analyse et lui, c'est lui qui comprend. Il est responsable de ce qu'il dit, c'est vrai. Mais nous, sur Toride, on dit quand même que le coach est responsable de sa liste. Il est aussi comptable des victoires ou des défaites des Lions. Donc, c'est ce qu'on peut dire sur ce que Samy a dit là pour rester cohérent. Moi, ce que je pense de what I think about this whole situation we talk about today is like we say we have talked about Onana a lot, so that's it for him. But we are really happy with the performances of Mbeumo. 20 goals and I think it's 4 or 9. I think it's 9, maybe 9 passes. And we are really happy with what Baleba is becoming. He's growing. I mean, and like I said, I think that he should move to a bigger club for a bigger challenge so that he can continue growing. I think he got everything he's supposed to get from Brighton. So now he needs to move ahead for new challenges. And we are really happy with Andre Franz Ambwangisa. We have won who just won the second Scudetto of his career, and who was a maestro in the midfield of Napoli. So, like, we give a special shout out to these 3 players that they are making our flag, the Cameroonian flag, flying higher and higher in the European football. And now you see that the team, some kids now are dreaming of becoming Baleba, dreaming of becoming Mbeumo, dreaming of becoming even Onana, dreaming of becoming Zamboangisa, which is something good. And we wish them to go into these teams where they can actually play the next Champions League campaign. That will give more and more visibility to them and more visibility to our team. For the list, well, we already say that the coach is responsible of the list, the player that he calls. So we just wait them. Good luck. They are all Cameroonian. The coach would pass, the national team will remain, and Cameroon will remain. So, like the commentary Castelletto did on the list, for him it was just to say that, man, you have your few months to go on your contract, finish your contract and go, and then we shall stay back and build our national team again. So, guys, thank you for watching us. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for participation. We especially like the women participation today. I keep coming on like that. You have some very good insight, very good analysis with fact and statistic, by the way. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.